Video and Robbie Olson. We're going to be hanging out. The first lead story is a WikiLeaks thing. If you guys know me, I've been doing a lot of deep dives. I've been into WikiLeaks for, geez, I don't know, probably about 8 years or so. Maybe even longer, about a decade. This is going back to the Bush era, and we got some big stuff going on there. But we have a lot of good stories to cover tonight. So I want to say hello to everybody. If you guys, hey, Cryptic Cynic, thank you for coming on the Tuesday show. How's it going, bud?
Doing good. How about you?
Not too bad. Had a couple of whiskeys. It's going to be an interesting show. I can tell you that. So yeah, making stuff, man. How's it going, bud?
Yeah, I'm doing well, brother. Doing well. Just yeah, I got a couple of things to share with everybody tonight. Little bit about vaccines, a little bit about Second Amendment.
I am. I'm. I think the Second Amendment is probably one of my favorite things in the world. That I'm proud to be an American, and yeah,
Yeah.
I don't understand people who don't have a gun. If they don't understand me, they should get a gun, and then we can have a conversation. So that'll be good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I ran across a podcast with um Logan Paul does a podcast called Impulsive, and he invited the Kent State gun girl on his show, and she works for Alex Jones and Infowars right now. But they had a great conversation, and yeah, I think everybody should go check out the video. And she just schooled these soy boys on the need for the Second Amendment, the need to always have the ability to defend yourself. And so she laid it out. She stayed very she made a very rational discussion with them. And so yeah, I
That's
think
the
it's
same girl
something.
that took on Brian Seltzer at CPAC, I think, too. Or she's doing good field reporting for them. I can give her that. She's got some cojones, you know.
Yeah, Caitlin Bennett. Yeah, she does. She has quite a bit of courage, and she made great arguments. One of them being, she was in college, and she was a carry activist for her college campus. And on colleges, they restrict the students and teachers from carrying any firearms on campus, but a visitor could come stroll on campus. They don't have to follow or abide by the same rules. So it's like, responsible gun owners not being able to carry on campuses, puts them at a handicap. So she laid
Well,
that out really well.
well, that's one thing that I mean, me and Cryptic Cynic have been doing these podcasts on the weeknights for a while now, and I don't think gun control or anything like that's come up uh, as came up since we started. So, um, yeah, man, it's a good issue, man. What do you think about that? Because I'm in the position that everybody has the right to defend themselves, of course, but you know, fucking a, man. There's a lot of shootings out there, dude. So some people have well, they at least have a case to make, whether or not it's true or not. But what do you think about the whole Second Amendment, dude?
Yeah, well, I think self-defense is a natural. I think Second Amendment or no Second Amendment, it's a natural right to human beings, because if you don't have the right to defend yourself, to defend your life, then you have nothing really. I mean, what do you have if you can't even defend your own life? And it is ridiculous, the campus gun-free zone thing. I remember a few years ago, when Texas, I think, started allowing campus carry, and some of the anti-gun crowd were like, I can't imagine how many women will be raped now that guns are allowed on campus. It's like, um, if they're rapists, they don't care about the law already.
Right.
And a gun is the only way a woman can hope to defend herself in most situations. So, whose side are you really on? You know, if you want to suppress, um, the right to self-defense.
I'll tell you, I'm the last person to pretend to be a feminist. I have no interest in feminism, but I have no interest in anyone raping anyone ever. I think that is a death penalty thing. If you're gonna like try to hurt somebody like that, dude, they should be able to stick a fucking hot poker up your ass. There's like nobody who's gonna you can't. That's not how it works, man. If we talk about justice in any sense, it has to be about protecting the weak from the strong. And to me, the best way to do that is to give them a tool. That means somebody like pulling a trigger is really important if you are pinned down. I don't give a shit who you are, man, woman, or child, dude. There's no way I would do that to anybody, And I swear to God, everybody has the opportunity to tap out if they want to pick a fight with me. You can tap out, Point proven. Yeah. That's the goal. Otherwise, I'm not out to hurt anybody, though. That's, I suppose, the difference between me and a fucking goddamn rapist. I'll tell you, that's shameful. So, I in no way, shape, or form would ever. I tell everyone, I'm a big tough guy. I can wrestle. I can fight. I can take a punch. But you really do want to make sure that. Not everyone thinks like me who's my size and who can do these things. So you need to have an equilibrium. You need to have something to make sure that no one can hurt you. You should be able to walk down every dark alley. You should be able to go out of your house wearing anything you want. You should be able to do anything you fucking want in America, at least. So yeah, the Second Amendment is there for you. If someone says you invited this violence upon you because of the way you dress today, well, carry a gun, and no one can actually make that argument against you because the better argument will be like, well, no one should be able to put their hands on me, so fuck off.
Yeah. So that was one of the arguments that these, Logan Paul's guys were. Kind of grilling Caitlyn on was that, they were bringing up things like, they think that owning a gun is a privilege. And, Caitlyn kept going back to, no, it's your inherent right because it's your right to defend your life and your property. And so you can't take away rights. They're inherent to nature. And so she did a great job at explaining that to these guys, and so that's one thing that they kept going back to. And the thing was also that she said that was really great, that was these guys were pushing for more advocacy on tighter legislations, tighter controls and restrictions and things like that. And she just put it back on them, how, if what they're doing now isn't working, then how is giving them more authority gonna solve anything? So, one thing they kept trying to get her to do during the podcast was say that there should be some kind of compromise and be more, create more common sense gun control legislations and things like that. Well, it's already gone too far, and in some states, you can be deemed just mentally unfit. Well, what does it mean to be mentally unfit? If somebody just says, if you're speaking out against the government or something like that, you could be deemed mentally unfit.
I'm mentally unfit for all sorts of stuff. Just to throw that out there. I'm mentally unfit to stand in bread lines. I'm mentally unfit to believe in cult ideology. I'm mentally unfit to become politically correct. I am totally not into that.
But that's the slippery slope. That's the slippery slope that you go down once you start conceding more gun control restrictions.
Man, honest to God, I'm one of the only guys on Steemit that's ever been swatted by his own mother. So
No way.
yes, I've been swatted by my own mom. Yeah, that's how that goes. I live in Boston. Welcome. I'm not even a right-wing guy. I'm a fucking libertarian. I'm not even kidding you. Like, right-wingers, like, call me an anarchist. They call me... Yeah, she thinks I'm a... Yeah. No, that's a different story for another day. Well,
story sometime.
That's a special podcast. I might have to make an information more, like, news brief on that one. How to deal with being swatted by your own mom.
Oh man, did you make fun of her cooking or something?
No, but if a quick tip, always make sure that your underwear is flattering, because you never know when you're going to get dragged out. You never know when you're going to get dragged out of your fucking house, let me tell you. You never know, you know? It's just how that goes. Life is fun like that, you know? Cryptic Cynic, he was telling me the other weekend he got swatted by his mom, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it happens to everybody.
Oh man. No.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I mean, it's a slippery slope, and that's why you can't give an inch, because the gun grabbers will take a mile, and the whole mental illness thing is a really terrible thing to conceive, because I mean, like you guys were saying, that's just the government deciding who's mentally ill. So conveniently, is being critical of the government inherently mentally ill to them? I guess it could be. And then there go your rights, It's pretty ridiculous.
Yep.
I mean, I would say, like, obviously dissenting against the government's mentally ill, because the government has your best interests in line all the time. Right, Facebook, right, Twitter, right, Google. The government loves you, right?
Yeah.
Just somebody.
Oh yeah.
Somebody. The bot says we are friends to Google at this point, right? Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah. So that was another big point that these guys were bringing up during the podcast, was so they kept bringing back on here, like, so should everybody own, an Abrams tank and the fighter jets and things like that? And she said, what she said was great, that she put it back in their place, but she said no, like nobody, like not everybody should have one, but like not be restricted to access to the same type of firepower that the U.S. military holds. So we should have,
you know what?
Equal
I don't actually agree with that at all. I really don't. I thought, seriously, because we have to reevaluate the rule, which was the point of why we had constitutional amendment powers, which we haven't used since we banned booze. So yeah, we fucked that one up real good. Yeah, we haven't amended the Constitution a lot since we fucked up. Booze, banning booze, the vice crimes, not what the Constitution's for. So they screwed the pooch. But there was a point. No, seriously, the Second Amendment came to like an extreme like relevance. It's like, hey, like, look, dude. Every time I like sail around Somalia, for instance, Somalian pirates are still real. Like Tripoli, like ask a Marine, they'll tell you all about their song, what it means and all that shit.
I agree that we should have equal amount of firepower to the U.S. military. We shouldn't be restricted on our access to an equal amount of force.
We weren't supposed to be the dominant military force in the universe. That wasn't our initial goal when we started this country. That is something that we don't talk about, because being anti-war makes you a bad person. We do not hear you. Pretty nice video. We would love to hear you. I swear I'm still trying. I really am. I don't know what's wrong with that. But I'm telling you, man, we really weren't. We were supposed to be mercenaries. Like, all right, these assholes in Europe can hire us when they want to fight. We did good up until we got all the Europeans gold, and then we started to own their shit. Hey!
There you are.
Winner! Pretty nice video. What up? Dedication to the craft.
Finally made it.
You did. I've been asking her to come on the podcast for a couple of weeks now. Thank you very much. I much appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us.
Oh, you're welcome. I like listening to your show and stuff, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw one of your videos. I saw you in the audience last week. Pretty nice video. I went and checked out your page and saw one of your D-Day video.
Oh God, which one?
Oh, the
D-Day, the D-Day. Okay, yeah.
dispensary day. Yeah, you got a good camera. That's a really high quality video too.
Oh yeah, I have my Note 9.
Okay.
Amazing camera. That's the Note 9, but I also have a Canon DSLR that's really nice too.
Cool.
But believe it or not, that's my Note 9, man. It's got a hell of a camera on it.
Wow. Yeah,
I know.
Looks great.
I'm surprised. It almost is better than my Canon, but my Canon is better for depth and different things because it's a DSLR. It's just a little different. They're both different, but they're both great.
Yeah.
So it was you that watched something. Okay, I thought you watched one of my rants or something because I do a lot of live streaming, and I go on these little rants. So
I do everything I can. I do everything I can to upvote all of those rants. I appreciate your efforts, and I know what you're going through. I'll tell you what, you got to use that information word tag, dude. You get 10% of our fucking upvote, like, out of the gate every time you use that. It's manual curation, man. So just because I'm a fan doesn't mean I'm giving you all the money I can, yo.
No, I get it. I like manual curation too. I do not like being part of curation trails. I donate. In fact, Information Wars. I delegated some. Like I tried delegating to a little bit of every single Discord that I either identify with or I like. I just do not like fucking trails. I don't like them. I like to manually curate because that way I can manually see and I know that I've watched the content. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, we ain't learning nothing from each other. That's not the point of this conversation. If we're just yanking each other's chain. But speaking of which, Cryptic Cynic, he won't even let us yank his chain. I've been. All right, I'll piss and moan, and I'm putting him on the spot. Let me put money in your pocket, Cryptic Cynic. You're a good guy, and I love having you on our podcast. This dude doesn't wanna fucking let us pay him as much as we want, dude. We got a tip bot going. We're gonna kick some ass, bro. We're gonna pay Cryptic Cynic.
Some people just do things because they're nice, believe it or not.
Oh, fuck that. Come on.
So I know it's kind of a hard concept to understand,
Come on, Cryptic Cynic. Why are you hanging out with us crypto currency, what do you call it? I don't know, grease monkeys at this point. We're fucking making this shit happen,
Have another
dude.
whiskey.
Who, me?
I want one. I'm so jealous. Okay, guys, what should I smoke? Should I smoke Pebbles? OG Pebbles? OG Breath?
What?
Great time.
Okay, so recently I hit something. It was a while back. I smoke like recreationally, but I hit something that somebody had during Halloween, and it like sent me to another galaxy. So that stuff's got like some super high THC now. Like I like the more mellow stuff, that kind of gives me the body feeling.
Oh, this is turning into a Can of Carry show, isn't it?
Hey, it's not. Hey, you guys are drinking. You guys are drinking. I'm gonna smoke. I'm not gonna open up my mom's bottle of wine. I won't do that. But it's looking at me. But it's looking at me. I bought my mom a bottle of wine, and I'm gonna send it to her. So what were you guys talking about earlier about the feminist and all that shit? Honestly, feminists are ruining things for women. They really are. They're going a little overboard, I think.
Yeah, well, we're just kind of bringing up this this chick is a Second Amendment advocate, and she was working to bring more concealed carry onto college campuses, and so we were just having a discussion about. She got into a discussion with these guys on the Logan Paul's got a podcast called Impulsive, and so she was in the podcast with these guys and doing a really great job at defending her points.
Good. Yeah, I mean, if they're educated and there's people that they whatever kind of thing they want to do for people that are trying to get their concealed weapons, if they want to make it harder for them to pass whatever kind of test, okay. But I'm honestly, they're dumb if they think Because you ask any one of those people that are sitting there saying they want the guns taken away, and you ask them if they trust their government, they'll say no. But then you tell them, who do you think's going to take the guns? And they sit there stupid.
See, here's all right. All right.
Exactly.
While I have you on too, this is something that we actually have to fucking talk about because we have a ton of libertarians in the room. What we're actually talking about when we say we need to have legalized drugs, we are actually saying the same thing about the Second Amendment, and I really want to make this comparison. We don't actually need to have a constitutional amendment about people getting high. That sounds retarded. It seems ridiculous. But the question, shit. Now I lost my point. But
no, there should be no drug war. There should be no restrictions on firearm, in my opinion.
I was halfway through packing a bowl. So what I was saying, because I'm a very serious person. What we are actually talking about when we end the drug war is we are actually talking about giving control over to the United States government to enforce drug laws for us. What we're actually talking about on a libertarian sense, this is, I changed all the colors for our broadcast to yellow and black just so everyone knows. I got rid of the red and blue. So just so everyone knows, this is a red and blue, red and blue. That's their conversation. I want to have our conversation right now.
Honestly, I don't
what we're saying is when we take away, because right now, as far as I know, and from my life experience, the black market and the other cops have control over selling drugs. So what we're talking about is giving control over that market from gangsters and people like I hang out with over to fucking cops and pigs. So when we talk about legalizing drugs, we're talking about letting pigs do our dirty work for us. That's what. Throwing it out there.
I see it. No, I don't. No, I see it. I'm putting the analogy in my head.
I own a store. When someone robs me, I call the police now, and the pigs go after them. That's what we're really talking about.
No, I say no restrictions on it, and the Silk Road is a prime example of how to take the violence out of the whole drug equation. You have people that are just buying drugs off of an eBay type thing, and there is no
that's my point though. What happens when you fucking send your drugs? You send your fucking drugs to somebody on eBay and they don't pay you. Who do you call? You can't call me anymore. We're out of the game. It's all legal now. You can't call me. I can't go kick his door and get your money back. I'm out of the game. I'm out of business. So now you have to call the police. Are they going to get your money back for you? Or would you rather rely on assholes like me? That's what I'm.
Free market, man.
That's what I'm. It's what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Like that's what we're really talking about.
Well, everybody gets a rating system. It's all the free market. It worked just like an eBay seller. So if this person doesn't come through with his sales, and he gets a bad rep, and so.
Okay, when eBay fails, what do they do to get your money back?
It's all personal. It's all your own personal responsibility, man. You have to take personal responsibility for what you're buying and what you're selling, everything.
I'm with you, but we have to keep. Wait. I'm with you, but this is I changed the colors from blue and red to black and yellow, so we're gonna have this conversation. So what do we do? What do we do when you get burned? Okay, it's on you. You got burned. Who do you
put cannabis oil?
Do you expect everybody to suck it? No. This is like, if we're gonna have libertarian conversations, this is one of those. You know what I mean?
But that's what I don't understand, Greg. I don't believe in Republican, Democrat, I don't know the difference between all of them all. To be honest with you, I just know wrong and right and compromise.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Absolutely.
So
black and yellow. Yeah.
Black and
Killer
yellow,
peas, yo.
Yeah, there is no difference
I would have to
between
take a test.
Republicans and Democrats.
I have to take a test and then let it see where I lean, because I don't know based on their standards. I lean on. I don't know, because I don't pay attention. No. Not to that. I pay attention to the issues. I just don't pay attention to their titles, their words,
I know, but that's what I'm saying about being a libertarian. This is why it's fucking hard as hell, because, like, we have to figure out our own answers. Like oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
So this is
It's so painful.
Example,
Not the bees.
No.
No.
For an example, Greg, you can have an arbiter, which is a third party, come in to look at a case, and then they make a ruling, and then you have it actually on the open ocean. So whenever there's a dispute on the open ocean between people that are say salvaging wrecked ships or whatever, they have this 1-page contract that says if I tie a rope to your boat and I'm the first one there, then I get legal owning of your cargo, like a majority of your cargo or whatever. And so if there's any dispute against that, they go to this arbitration service. And if the other boat decides to go against the ruling of that arbitration, then their reputation gets sunk and nobody wants to do business with them anymore. So things like that can happen if you're talking about a totally free market and not having government intervention. So it's all up to reputation and the free market, essentially.
If I am to understand, it doesn't lead to violence. So wait. What I understand is what happens is the person that got burned has to eat it, and then the person that ripped them off has to deal with a bad reputation afterward.
Yeah, that's how it works.
And then we all hang out and actually talk to each other and
you could still sue them
friends.
For damages. You could still sue them for damages and things too.
Who pulls the gun? Who pulls the gun and makes them pay? Hey, dude, this is a tough one. I mean, because it leads to.
You don't violate the non-aggression principle.
I know. That's where that's why we can. Yeah, man, it's tough.
No, so it's totally up to reputation in the free market, and nothing. It is all about personal responsibility and trusting. And especially if you are gonna purchase a product or whatever, you want to do your research for anything in life. As soon as we start to give up our own personal responsibility, then you abdicate that to somebody else. And so as somebody else takes over that role, then you become lazy, and you think that somebody else is going to take care of all your problems for you. Well, that's not how adult life works. That's not how anything works in nature. So you have to claim personal responsibility for all your actions in the market. So those are some ways that it could be solved, and definitely how I see it could work out without government.
Where you at on this, Cryptic Cynic? You got the black and yellow. You fly it like a flag, and I love you for it.
Yeah, I think I'm in a good position for, living in a world where people take responsibility, for their choices and accept that freedom can be messy, can be ugly. That's what it is. If you want absolute freedom, you have to accept that it can be messy and ugly at times. But I meant to say that I think I'm in a good position because I'm really pessimistic, and I think, whenever I go into a deal with someone, I just assume that it's gonna go south, and that way I'm not disappointed when shit goes south. I think, I don't just thinking about the way people are with lawsuits and crying about shit that should be obvious, like with the Tide Pods. Oh, boohoo, children might eat it. It's like, well, whose fucking fault is that? Is that really the fault of the company? If parents can't watch their kids, not really. But
we didn't do that in the 70s and 80s. We didn't do that shit. Go around eating Tide Pods. Okay, we might have taken pixie sticks and snorted them, but we didn't eat Tide Pods.
Good after drip.
That fun dip was like crap.
Book of sugar.
You're right, Cryptic. I mean, the company is the one that gets the slack for it when it's the media and the kids that are passing the awareness, and the kids are eating it, You're right.
Yeah, I mean, if you want freedom, you have to be willing to accept that bad stuff can happen, and if you don't want to live a life of just being an infant and just, putting the responsibility on other people, to make sure everything is always rosy and comfortable for you, then you can't have freedom. That's just the way it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amen.
There's always a good and there's always a bad. It's polarity, always.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Every
the
action
natural
has
order
a
of the
positive and equal reaction, or negative, depending on
Yes.
if you're a
Every
pessimist
action
or
has
not.
an equal. Well, you know what? My psychology teacher in high school, he asked everybody. He went around each desk and asked everybody if they thought the glass was half full or half empty. When he came to me, he said, "Is the glass half full, half empty?" I looked at him and said, "It's twice as big as it should be."
All right, that's awesome.
That's
awesome.
So mad at me. He was so mad at me.
I got one for you. Wait, just so we have to. I have a good one. I got a good joke. It's a joke. So there's three guys. There's a Frenchman, a Britishman, and an American sitting at a table. And the waiter shows up and says, "Well, what do you want?" Someone, the British guy orders a beer, the French guy orders a glass of wine, and the American orders a cheeseburger. About an hour goes by, and they haven't seen the waiter since, and everyone's getting pissed. The bartender served their booze and everything, but the waiter comes back and he says, "Okay, hello." The first thing the British guy says is, "Hello, my beer is half full, and I want my food." And the French guy says, my wine is half empty, and I want my food." And the American says, "Where's my fucking cheeseburger, you asshole?" Just throwing on it. I had. Patient zero got it. All right. Sorry.
What the hell is this thing about abortion here? Somebody read it for me. No, somebody just tell me what it says.
Oh. Does someone see Truth Force? All right. See, I'm trying to tell a joke and you throw abortion in it, man. Seriously.
No wonder nobody laughs. Now listen. Hey,
seriously, dude, that was a hard joke to tell on her. Come on, man. What's up with the baby?
I don't like that they want to make it so that, I don't know if they are, but I think if a woman gets pregnant, if you were raped or it was incestual or something was put upon you, okay, something was done to you, I understand you can have a decision, but I really believe that, if you're a woman and you made the decision to have sex, if you chose with your own body to have an abortion, that the least that they would do is have it so that you had to have the abortion, and it's hard because I'll be honest with you, it's not easy because that you're gonna have when's the right to life? Is it conception, or is it when the brain wave started 3 weeks, or is it when the heart starts?
Well, you're a mom, right?
I'm a mama too.
Yeah, I'm a dad, and by the time my wife would have been able to tell me that she was pregnant, there's a lot of that right to life stuff where is it a zygote? Does it have a heartbeat? From the 5 times I've made a baby, most of the time we found out after it had a brain and a heart. Just throwing it out there, So we do have to figure this out. This is a hell of an issue, and it's a hell of a libertarian issue.
It shouldn't be any. It shouldn't be a state. The state should have no part in this at all.
Here's the thing. I don't want her as a dad.
Community in your family and what you believe is moral, but in my own personal opinion, that if you don't have a fundamental respect for human life, then your society is going to crumble. It's simple as that.
Since the beginning of time, women have been getting rid of their babies, or if you stop and think about it, was it the Greeks or the bathhouses? They used to, they never considered a child a life or anything like that. I myself think that if you willing participant and the chances of you being pregnant or not, you're an adult, so that you should know better. I have trouble with the abortion thing. I do. Because I think that if somebody wants to have one that may be early enough, okay. But definitely not any later than past you when you should have fucking missed your period. You know what I mean? It better be within the first week after you missed your period or something. Because to me, I have 2 kids. And it hurts me to think that there's women out there killing their babies at 7 months when they could just wait a couple months and stop being such a selfish bitch and give that baby to somebody who wants it.
Yeah.
You know, not these abortion clinics that
is a
cut up
good
that
point.
baby.
That's exactly it. It's like literally like
fucking selfish. They're selfish. The women are very selfish.
There
Whoever
are
has an
people that
abortion
can't have kids. I am a major adoption advocate. When people talk to me, if they get to know me really well, they'll know I don't approve of abortion under like most circumstances. I will do every goddamn thing I can to make sure that somebody gets that baby. Because I know a lot of people that were adopted. And the idea that they would have been murdered in any way, shape, or form breaks my soul. It hurts me so bad.
I believe that women
it hurts me so bad.
A woman has a right also to her decision. So I never look down on a woman that if they decide to have. I have my best friend, Alice. She's pregnant right now. Actually, I have a 3D picture of the sonogram. Oh my God, the baby's crying inside in the womb. I'm gonna send it. Watch, I'm gonna put it.
What I'm saying is there are people
like
an abortion. Me and my wife have 5 kids, and we would gladly take on another kid, even if he had a disability. We would gladly take on another kid because we just don't like the idea of it. It hurts our soul. Like, we're Christians. You know, I'm one of the I'm trying to be like the premier death metal Satanist on fucking Steam It, but I'm honestly a Christian. So figure that one out. But the point is, like, I really do think that there's something beyond like our flesh and blood. Like we are greater than our parts. You know what I mean? Like, as in engineering speak, we are greater than the sum of our parts. You know, there's something else. If there isn't, then fucking I'm very mad. Because if there's nothing better than this, then I'm pissed off. Because there's something better than this after this. Because god damn it, this shit sucks. Life sucks. It sucks. And I'm trudging through it, and I'm doing my best. And god damn it, there better be something better than this out there after that. Otherwise, I'm pissed off. I got all sorts of shit to be pissed off. I don't need that. Come on, man.
I hope it's not like the fucking Great Valley, you know, when they're there and they were like, it's the Great Valley. Nope, it ain't the Great nothing.
I think you need more whiskey.
Oh.
I'll take it.
I do believe that we are all part of the great creator, in my opinion, and you know, we just go back home. This is only a temporary time. You know, we're only temporarily here having an experience, and this life is meant to be enjoyed, and you know, we're meant to grow and to learn and to have our experiences and to love. And you know, we kind of put ourselves, and our society is built on creating separation, but we are all connected. We are all part of the one great creator, I believe.
I think we're all frequency. And I think that the more good things that you do in life, the higher your frequency is. And at the end of your life, when it comes for the energy to recycle in the earth, your level of frequency decides where it is that you go, whether it's a flower, or whatever, you know? I think it's all frequency. But I do believe that there's one power, one entity, one thing, I don't want to say a person because that's just our perspective of it. But I do believe there is one creator, one thing, something that started it all.
Yeah, I feel that as well. And yeah, I really love watching. I've been tumbling down into Wim Hof recently, and he's a fascinating dude to check out because, you know, he shows you techniques from the yogis and you know, the past, and he's been able to use the cold and the ice to access the different part of the brain to be able to stimulate your adrenaline hormonal response so that you could overcome extreme cold and things like that, and really become more powerful in your own body.
The void, yo. Seek the flame in the void.
But we are much more powerful than we think we are.
I'm down with Patient Zero. I'm on his wavelength. I feel it, bro. I'm with you.
Feeling that whiskey.
Ah.
Where is my restored pictures? That's what I want to know.
What?
I want to show you guys. My best friend, she almost had an abortion, but she ended up keeping the baby back over here, but then she got knocked up, and then she was going to have the abortion to come here, and I was just like, well, no, think about it now. With your life, think about it, because you don't want to have regrets, and you got time. I did, after all was said and done, that she was going to keep the baby, and she had the 3D ultrasound done, and the baby was crying inside her stomach, and it was the coolest thing. I'm trying to send the picture now. It's gonna maybe go through. It's like the coolest, the baby crying inside. So when you see that, because the doctor was, pushing the baby around trying to get the ultrasound, so the baby was crying like, hey man, leave me alone, I'm gonna sleep. And so if the baby can have that reaction at 8 months, she's 8 months pregnant, to have an abortion at 8 months, that ain't right.
Could you guys stop playing on the
I have a
stairs,
problem
please?
with that.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Speaking of children.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean,
I'm trying to stifle my children when we're talking about the blessings of children. They make so much fucking noise.
Well, if you look at these Planned Parenthood operations, they get like rewarded for doing X amount of abortions or whatever. So
there it is. Yes, Patient Zero.
That's pretty sick, man.
That baby crying. Okay.
No, I am not. I am not a feminist. I am pro females. I love women beyond the point where I can describe. But feminism is not the same thing anymore. They're talking about killing people.
Not.
They're talking about.
No, it's not. You know why? Because every time you start something, everybody has to go to the extreme.
Exactly, and that's why, that's what I was talking about earlier when I was busting everyone's balls. I'm taking everything to the extreme so we can hash this out in the first place before we even get policy. That's the problem with like AOC and all these other fucking weird movements with the Democrats. They haven't actually done what we're doing right now and hash out this shit before they propose it.
The Democrats are not like Democrats. It's like the Democrats are not the real Democrats. They don't.
Oh, Truth Force is buying babies,
of what
by
Democrats
the way.
are. Everything's gone extreme.
Said he's gonna give $500K for a baby. I don't know. Truth Force is buying babies. I'm just saying.
No, he's saying that they give that a baby that's 2 weeks old, you can get about $500,000 for a baby that's 2 weeks old.
Oh, evil.
For sucking the organs out.
Dude, this is a racket, dude. This is fucked. Dude, I've been.
Shit.
I've been standing up to this cult before. That's what.
These crack babies or whatever babies, these people come in at 8 months.
They don't care, yeah.
Take the baby and take the organs.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, sick.
All right.
Oh my God.
Real quick though, because we're getting there, and we're also approaching off. Well, we got about 15 minutes, guys. We got 15 minutes. Do you want to change the subject? Or you want to go deeper into it? Because I got something I wanted to bring up about WikiLeaks and Julian Assange and that stuff. But this is fucking intense, so I'm not going to change the subject unless you want. I would. I actually. Oh, I did a metal show and the vampires. The vampires. Oh man. We got ghouls, we got gas, we got vampires, we got all sorts of fucking demonic monsters from the past to talk about. We can go there, or we can change the subject into WikiLeaks.
No, people gotta realize that there is a real agenda of these people that are, the banking elite that really run the things behind the scenes.
I need to watch one of my roles.
They freaking hate life and they hate humanity and they want to destroy humanity.
They think we're like a disease, like they want to eradicate us because the trees and the cockroaches are more honorific than human beings. Like apparently the dung beetle is more noble than me and my neighbor.
This is the way I see it. You guys. 100 years ago, most of the land here, we had farming, we had our own monetary system, we had everything. As it stands right now,
Thank you.
They own all of our property. They took over our monetary system. They've taken over everything. Something has infiltrated our government slowly over time. And the problem is that people don't understand that plan, those people, Constitution gave us that Constitution for a reason, to warn us that these people, we're coming. You see what I'm saying? I really believe that there is something that is seeping into all of everything. That's why I'm happy that the marijuana industry is coming in. I'm happy that crypto's coming in, because I think if more people would just, look to the good about crypto, it can get, the monetary system back in the American people's hands. And it's just, man, how did we lose our earth? How did we lose our United States, our country? We had our country. How did we lose it like that? Gimmicks? I mean, really? Did we really give them everything because we had a phone in front of our face?
No, it's just that analogy of the frog in the pot of water, and you just slowly turn up the heat, and it doesn't realize it's boiling until it's boiling.
Oh, all right. I like that analogy.
Yeah.
One thing I gotta say about that is I'm a living example of that. If you have met me on Seaman, I came to you guys saying I want out of my boiling pot. It is really fucking difficult to live in a pot of boiling water, and I've been saying this for about a year now. And the problem is the lid, keeps getting barbed wire. It keeps getting taller. Like the water keeps dropping as it it evaporates. So the level, and so I have to jump higher to get the lid, and they keep putting spikes on the top of it. Like, they're trapping my ass in this system. I swear to God they are. They pass laws so I can't even fucking do anything about it. They really don't oh wait, you're okay with staying with your wife and raising your kids and working hard? Well, then you can't leave.
Well,
it's like, fuck, whoa,
I like what Pretty Nice Video said. We got to start using the tools that are at our disposal right now. There was a news story recently that Dash in Venezuela, I mean, they have one of the largest merchant adoptions of the Dash cryptocurrency in Venezuela right now, and it's helping them get around their collapsed currency and things. So if we just
our medical system is a fucking sham.
Yeah.
I've been walking around with my C-section open for a year, and these doctors have done 3 CTs within a year, given me radioactive injections.
Yep. They make you worse sometimes.
Can't see that I'm open down there, and because I always said abdomen, my stomach, they've been ignoring it. Not only that, they think because I had a tummy tuck that it's a tummy tuck. No, I had 2 C-sections. A tummy tuck doesn't go through the muscle. They will ignore a problem and have no conscience. Have no conscience. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't even touch you anymore, man. The only thing they care about is, what are your symptoms? Give me your information so I can put it in the fucking computer. They don't even know the computer's gonna take over their fucking job in about 10 years.
I said the same fucking thing when I lost my health, and I swear to God, I was like, I was a shit brick house ready to fuck shit up for the state, and then I went to the doctors and they were like, take this medicine. And they annihilated my entire existence. They made everything worse, and I'm chasing around. Now all I have to do is I'm back to ancient Greek medicine at this point, Hippocrates. The what's that oath? What's the name of the oath? Yeah. If you don't know anything about if you don't have your diet under control, you got nothing. I'm at that point, Fucking A, it sucks. God damn it! I'm ripping pissed. I know exactly. I go to the doctors they tell me to. And they just make it worse. And now you. Let it out. Fucking A, I hate those assholes.
I would have lost sleep.
I have lost sleep, damn it. That's why I'm up at 5 in the morning making fucking posts about Afghanistan and yeah, I upvote the shit out of that.
because I sometimes just go off. I can't help it. Yesterday, I'm sitting there and I'm telling my friends that are on there, I'm saying how I'm going to talk to the doctor. And I'm going to talk to him nicely. And then I start talking to the camera like I'm going to talk to them. I'm practicing with them. I was like, this is what I'm going to tell them. And I start talking, and I can't help but go into a fucking rage. And I said, damn it, I can't be nice to this guy. You know, there's no way Friday that I'm going to be calm. Might end up in jail, but then they'll fix me.
But wait. If excuse me, we're having a political conversation, so don't worry. The government is going to take over all of that, and Medicaid for all is coming in 2020. Just elect Cory Booker. Just elect fucking Kamala Harris. Just elect. I guess Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden are coming around.
Not gonna elect nobody, because that shit don't matter. What you do on this world matters. You don't want no more shitty food? Stop buying the GMOs. Buy only organic. Our money talks. Then we won't get that shit. We gotta do tangible things that are gonna help us here. That piece of paper, that ballot don't mean shit anymore. They're still gonna do what they wanna do. It's corrupt. It's an illusion. I'm sorry.
No, you're absolutely right, and that is the practical way forward, is to take action and to do things like there's guerrilla gardening, where you can, go and plant, gardens all across the street corners, and just there's
Michigan, where they told me I couldn't plant a garden.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be in jail again. If I was in Tennessee and they told me I couldn't drink the milk out of my own cow, I would be in jail.
Yeah, I mean, there's creative ways around a lot of these things. Like, one of the guys that I'm a really big fan of is Joel Salatin, and what they did in their local community is they got creative when they came down with some of these laws, and they started to issue shares in the cow, so you could buy like a part of the cow with a cow share.
That's not very nice of the cow, but I do appreciate the idea.
And then that way, the milk is your own.
Vegans are crying.
Yeah, so the milk would be your own because it's your cow, because you own a part of the cow. So, you get around the rules, like, and you just be very crafty and figure out ways around it, and just disregard them. Just do things. Like, if they say you can't raise chickens in your city, like, just do it. Like, don't ask for permission, just do it. It's always easier to get forgiveness than to ask for permission for something. And especially once you have once you have enough people on your side, and people know your story and you're a good person, then people will rally around you. And so just stop. We have to get this mental thing out of our heads, to where we're held back from doing things because we think or ask permission to do things. Like, just do them.
I swear to God, dude, that was the best thing that ever happened to me, is when I stopped asking permission. I'm at a point, that's why I want to go off grid, because I was just talking to my wife. I swear to God, I'm like in the basement for the last week and a half fixing fucking 100-year-old pipes. They're all rusted and shit. I've been drinking. Sorry. Cryptic City called me out. But
I was 8 months pregnant, and I moved into this trailer in Florida in the August heat, okay? Double wide, the walls weren't even connected to that floor. That's how fucking rotten it was, okay? We didn't have power for 2 weeks.
Well, I'm just saying.
We fixed the power pole. We fixed the power pole. We dug a big hole. We fixed it. We put it back up because it was knocked down to the floor because of a hurricane. All right? We fixed the power pole. A permit.
Yeah.
I just did it. I didn't ask. And then when I was presented with the problem, my pregnant ass went up to the court's office, and I looked like I was pathetic. And I said, I didn't know I had to pull a permit, and the work's already done. And the lady was like, oh, well, we got a problem here. And then I was like, oh, like my belly hurt. And then it was like, yeah, there you go. Like that.
That's
and then it was like, oh, let me see what I can do. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta do first.
Well, what I'm saying is, where I'm at right now, why I want to go off grid, why I'm done with the city stuff, why I'm willing to brew my own whiskey and bother, goats instead of actual people. You
can breathe better. No frequencies everywhere. You can think.
In 10 years, I've come to a point where I can't fix the problem. There's only twice that this has happened to me as a homeowner, as the father of 7, the fucking family leader, the guy with the gun. Twice this has happened to me. It happened with my gas line when I was trying to fix my furnace. There was a big valve that said, "You're an asshole if you fix this because the city owns your ass." And I went, okay. And I called somebody up and I got that shit done. And then right now, the water line that's coming in is fucked up. I have to call the city to fix the water that's coming into my house. I do not have a choice. I cannot depressurize the city pipes that are feeding water into my house. I have to rely on the state, or I have a leaky pipe in my basement. That's where I'm at. That's a problem for a guy like me. Because again, I can't talk like a human because I'm a wicked weird guy. But the point is, I don't want to live off of those people anymore. I don't like them, and I want to fix this shit with a rain barrel, and that's why I'm friends with making stuff, and that's why I hate the system, and that's why I like talking to people like Cryptic Cynic and Patience. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm trying to say specifically.
You know what we can do? You can be like you and the kids and your wife. You guys can build your house and you can be on reality TV and never works out.
I'm down with that, but I think we have to have a dwarf butler. We gotta get a gimmick. A dwarf butler would do all right. That would be fun for everyone, I think. I'm just spitballing here. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Patient Zero comes in the clutch. That's my boy. I love that guy. All right, wait. So wait. Just for the sake of fucking hilarity, I'm gonna put up. All right, there's one story that. All right, Chelsea Manning is fighting a subpoena right now because she is one of the people that I rely on news. And if you know me, I don't want to fuck around with transgender nonsense, but this person has dealt with tons of trauma, and they are a leaker extraordinaire. They are an open person that talks to Julian Assange. Okay? I want to talk about this. I have to. It's just something that, this is the stuff that makes me happy. This shit happens.
Go ahead.
All right.
You don't have to defend yourself. Go ahead, buddy.
Oh no, I'm telling you, man. This is one of those times where it tests a guy like mine principles. This is one of those principle testers. But she's fighting it, man. I'm on her side, dude. I got nothing but respect. I don't give a fuck. I'm down with this. They called her out. She showed up. She gave him the finger, and I think this might be the third time. This is a crappy link, dude. I would rather have one with what do you call it there? An image. But nonetheless, this is a big story for me because I've been following this. Now, the things that Chelsea Manning exposed, she directly is a living WikiLeaks leaker. That is rare because most of them get killed. This person...
that's the thing. I don't trust anybody that tells a bunch of information is not dead yet.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Chelsea Manning got tortured for years and years and years because she leaked. She got caught. She got kicked. She got snubbed. She got fucked around and thrown in prison. She spent like 7 years behind bars. And the entire time she was humiliated. She was dehumanized. She was brutalized. This is the type of story that I like to talk about because a lot of people have these kind of like alternate, whatever. This is something we have to talk about, dude. This is, like I said, another libertarian story. This is what I'm from New Hampshire. We have the Free State Project. This is the type of stuff. People like Chelsea Manning need to be put on a pedestal, not thrown behind bars and kicked around and humiliated and traumatized and brutalized. These are our heroes.
I know.
New Hampshire people and the hedgehog There's the snake, and then there's a hedgehog. Come on, there's a bunch of libertarians. But these are the people we put on a pedestal. We do it. We have to. We have to. This is bravery, actual bravery. This person got the shit knocked out of them. And I don't know, I'm anti-war, and I listen to people like them a lot. You know, I could get personal, I could get all fucking weird about it, but dude, you know, this isn't gonna get reported widely, so I'm bringing it up and I'm screaming about it. I'm being that guy. I'm gonna hammer on it. You know, they're indicting her. They're putting grand juries against her. They're threatening her. They want to know how to get to Julian Assange. This is the same thing I say about Roger Stone. This is the same thing I say about police in general. This is my narrative, guys. This is a good example of what I'm talking about all the time. They don't want Chelsea Manning. They want somebody else, and they're going to wreck this person's life and hurt everyone around her to get what they want. This is gangster mentality. This is mafia bullshit, is what I'm saying. They're hurting a person to get to somebody else. I'm not down with that shit. I'm very fucking frustrated. And that's how
why I don't watch the news. I don't know about any of this, guys. I know very little.
Well, now you do. That's what we're doing, a news show. That's what we're telling people about, yo.
But you
know
now
you know.
Most of the
now
time
you should be pissed.
A whole bunch. Like, it's weird. You see how I can talk about, you know, things.
I wear that bandana every fucking day, by the way.
Into the news. But it's sad. I mean, if they're doing this to her, I can't believe this. Like, it's all because they want to. She's the only one that knows where he's at.
That's just one more way to get to him. They don't give a shit about that person. Is already all right. The sentence, by the way, was not pardoned. It was commuted. So this is a big deal. If she doesn't snitch on Assange, she faces 35 years in prison. Obama commuted her sentence. She spent 7 years, and by the way, her time in jail was military prison, and she was abused by her guards. It has been documented. The guards have been reprimanded. It is a real abuse. It's a fucking. It makes me very upset. It makes me very upset. And what if she doesn't roll over? She goes back to jail for the rest of her 35-year sentence. It's a commuted. Obama didn't let her off, is what I'm saying.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, I mean, of course, Obama didn't let her off completely because he was the one who, like, came out and was judge, jury, and executioner at the very beginning of the case. He came out and, like, you know, basically convicted her before she was ever on trial. And he, you know, of course, wanted to collect the praise for commuting her sentence at, you know, the end of his term. But it's bullshit because, you know, he's a piece of shit, as we all know.
I cannot believe this.
Yeah, these grand jury trials are just kind of like dog and pony show things that they're kind of rigged things. They got
the consequences aren't rigged, but I know what you mean. Like they don't have a choice. Even if they fight and they have proof, it's almost like they're fucked over.
Yeah, I mean, it happened with Ross Ulbricht too. I mean, you know, they pinned a lot of things on him, saying that, you know, they had evidence of him for like doing assassinations or something like that, and they just speculated. There was no evidence that they could provide for that, and even proving that he was the Dread Pirate Roberts, like one of many, had that moniker, but you know, they just confiscated all his Bitcoin, and he's serving like multiple life sentences now for building a website, the Silk Road.
That guy? Really?
Yeah, he's in there, multiple life sentences. There's a freeross.org, and there's a petition to get him pardoned by the president, and that's really their the last hope that they have. They've appealed it a couple times based on the they're not having enough evidence, and that's the last thing that they can do right now is to get enough people to sign the petition to get the president to look at his case and to give him a pardon.
Wow, dude, that's just, man, this world, man, it's, you know, I'm not saying there wasn't shit like this before, man, but ever since that fucking television was invented, everybody started fucking viewing the world as disposable, people as disposable, relationships disposable. You know, it's just, ever since that TV, people are just cruel. I could never be on the side of doing something bad or corrupt. I just could not.
Yeah, I think TV does, you know, it has been used to shape people's, you know, worldview, like you said. I mean, if people are just sitting captive in front of their televisions and they're being programmed, you know, that's why it's called TV programming. Their minds are being programmed.
And we now return you to your programming. Who you programming? Television, you know, I think it's Television.
Yeah.
My vision.
Absolutely.
Well, that's one of the biggest things I've been saying all week. It's like when our independent voices get censored, it's not really about something personal we said. It's not about fighting hate speech. It's not about a lot of the things they say it's about. It's about money. They want the TV to keep... The TV is the new newspaper. The internet's the new TV. They don't want to lose control. So the mainstream media are dumping... Right? They're dumping billions of dollars into telling people like me and you and Cryptic Cynic and Jack Dub and making stuff. Everybody, they're telling us we're going to get buried under a fucking pile of money. Scrooge McDuck style. We're fucked. If we can't cough up, we can't participate. And that's the real thing I've been pushing about that censorship. Censorship by monetary value. Rather than any moral message or any bullshit they've been trying to tell us. They are getting paid to tell us to shut up. We don't get to talk because somebody else with a bigger wallet is talking over us.
If you want any indication, you just look to our words. You know, like we were talking about the word television, government, govern the mental status, to govern mental who? Over our mental status. Now, if you think about it, it's entertainment, right? Enter, into, tain, to get a hold of. Go into and get a hold of your mind. Tell us.
Do you guys want to do an after show? We've gone about an hour. I'm thinking about clipping this and going on for an after show. If you guys want to hang out and just shoot the shit, what do you think?
Yeah, man.
Don't mind.
I'm down. I mean, I love hanging out with you guys. This is awesome. Well, all right. I mean, I'll tell you, this has been awesome. We're gonna wrap it up, but we're gonna keep going, man. I want to get into what we could do about Steam It. And how we can pay our selves to get this done. We can get away from these assholes. We don't need $1 billion. Do you need $1 billion? Pretty nice. Do you need $1 billion making stuff?
No, man. No.
How about you, Cryptic Cynic? Do you need $1 million to show up to work?
I don't think so.
Well, I didn't think. I'm just saying, I'm down with you guys. So we're gonna end this one. We're gonna do an after show. You know, this is freelance, man. I'm gonna be broadcasting. I'm not sure I'm gonna be talking a whole lot, guys.
Yeah, I've been live streaming.
This is exactly what I was hoping for, though. Honest to God. And like I said, the libertarian discussion is what I signed up for, man. You know, the debate, the ideals. You know, what the fuck are we gonna do about all this horrible shit? You know, because the left and right stuff, it's all talking points and bullshit. It doesn't take in the fact that, like, you know, we're actual human beings with life experience, things we've actually seen and done. You know what I mean? People we know. Talking points can eat shit and die if I had my way. You know.
Well. You know, it really is it's up to us to take the real world actions, and I believe that we can just withdraw from the system as it stands right now, and start building our own
Try
communities
not
and
to give away
things.
the loopholes that we learn. You know what I'm
What was
saying?
that?
We give away. Try not to give away our loopholes. Like we like to show off and make TV shows about the things that we're doing, and then the government catches on that we're homesteading or they're doing this. We got to keep our fucking. When we find or like
Yeah.
I think about it. Whenever you started Steam, right,
Sharpen
and you
your
could figure out
tools.
how to put a video, and then they used to find out, and they used to fucking block it. You know what I mean? People give
definitely.
away their fucking their answers.
Yeah, definitely, it is important to have private communications, and there are. There are. It's more and more difficult to do that now, but the good way is just to try to meet people up in real life and have meetings that way, and then also there are secured communications channels through some of the cryptocurrency efforts. I know Zencash even has an encrypted messaging service through their crypto, I believe, and then there was another one that I learned of recently. There's private chat rooms and things through the Tor and things like that. But yeah, it's I do think there is an importance of being able to definitely importance to having private communications, and but also to just not use the systems that are currently in place and just start shifting away from them. So, start using more cryptocurrencies in your daily transactions.
You
And
have to use Morse code. Go back to Morse code. I'm just kidding. Using the analog. Let's go to the analog. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm
Smoke
working on
signals.
smoke signals, but I haven't built enough bong pipe yet. When I have a big enough bong, I'm going to reinvent the entire smoke signal system. Count on
There we
me,
go.
guys. I got plenty of time, so I'm working on it.
Anybody that believes
I love Patient Zero.
believes that our system it is a system, or isn't really paying attention, because they complain about the poor fruit trees. New shopping centers going up, and a Marshalls will move out of an old one and move into the new one, and then the old shopping center gets derelict, and then it draws suspicious activity, and then they wonder why a fucking neighborhood goes bad. To consume and move, and they don't care what they ruin along the way. Whatever took over, the entity, the corporation, is massive consumption. Use. That's all they care about, and throw away and ruin. And it's really fucked up. It's not gonna last very long.
Yeah, I think we're coming to the end of it, and I think there's going to be a transition, but we have to be. That's why I'm such a proponent of becoming self-reliant, is because we should be, we shouldn't be taking anything from the system to take power away from it, for one, and to be able to stand independently as the whole thing goes down. And if we all
that's all I want is to find me a piece of land somewhere so I can build. I don't give a fuck what it looks like, as long as I live clean, happy, and I've got what I fucking need.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Break free. I know. I'll piss out there in the fucking where the deers are or whatever. They do it. Why can't I?
Oh man, guys like me will build you a fucking stool. We'll be all right. We got your back, yo. Hold your hands. We drink with girls like you all the time. It's fun. Come on.
No, I've always been a rough and tough girl. Like I've never been. I'm a girly girl. I really am. But I'm rough and tough. I used to work on cars when I was able to. I had a '69 Beetle I used to love. Except for I think I fucking inhaled some asbestos, because that's what the drum brakes are made out of. But anyways, point being is that
fun
I'm
of welding.
Doing all the fun guy stuff.
rock on.
I always have all the fun stuff to do.
Yeah.
I just want to say that deer deserves a hug.
I'm putting on my makeup here as I'm staring into my mirror, putting on my makeup. It's hilarious. I wish I was recording this. This would have been funny if I was screen recording that. I swear.
I am not joking. I'm one of those guys that like seriously like took that last feminist attack against men with that Gillette shit, and I haven't fucking groomed myself since. I feel bad for my wife. I look like shit. Like,
did you used to buy Gillette products?
No, I never. I make knives in the woods, and I scrape my face with them in protest.
Hey, what's the controversy? Because I don't know the controversy either.
Oh man! Oh.
Yeah, Gillette made this video
so much.
Pretty much like telling men that it's wrong to go talk to women and and all this stuff, and like just making men look like little bitches essentially.
No, they're ruining this world. They ruin the damn. What he wants, no fun. No, it's no fun. It's fun and games until someone gets hurt. You know that pumpernickel dude, whatever the fuck his name. I don't give a fuck. I don't know what happened. He did a knee, and now nobody wants to sing. It's
Kaepernick, yeah.
It's like a kindergarten. Listen, it's like a kindergarten kid. Nobody wants to sing. So he wants to take a knee. Now nobody wants to play.
Dude, I'll tell you what, dude. I've been really tempted to like declare March Irish History Month because my name is Gregory Patrick, and I literally. I talk like this because my fucking ancestors were peasants from the old world like 20 minutes ago. We just showed up in America. We don't know what the hell we're doing here. And I swear to God, we're trying our best. But, like, wow, does everybody else have a fucking pedestal? So maybe March is Irish History Month and everyone can eat a dick. You know? I don't know. You know? Fucking eats... Everyone says corned beef is a fucking Irish food. That shit was made in Israel like 1,000 years ago. And I want to say, have some radishes and fucking... I swear to God. Dude, boil a pig's nose and fucking eat some goddamn roots out of the ground, dude. What the hell? I'm so confused about Irish history. Oh my God. Dude, I should figure this shit out, man. Jack Dub is probably a dirty Mick too. And he got out. He probably got out maybe 2 or 3 generations before I did. You know? God help me. Someone should figure out what the hell I'm doing over here. I don't know. I'm still thinking of... I'm still trying to... Yeah, exactly. I still think I should just sit around drinking whiskey and eating roots and pig noses. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. You know? Maybe I should have some... Everyone else has cultural heritage. Someone should tell me what I should... I don't know what the hell I'm doing. You know, give me a fucking hint. Give me a month where I can figure out what the fuck I'm supposed to do with my life. You know? Whine about my fucking problems. You know? Give me 30 days to give me... 30 days of me pissing and moaning. That's what March should be. Everyone sucks. And I suck worse. Yeah.
You know, people about the
Francesca.
Chip, you know, there's like 4,000 Swedes putting this chip in them.
What?
That's like a fucking tagging shark. Who would do that? I don't want that in me.
Well, fuck it, dude. I'm telling you, man. Let's make it, dude. Let's make it. The Irish people are getting microchips in their brains. Every March, we should talk about this from now on. Just saying. I'm throwing that out there. Be like the Irish pride. You know, we're the only people that get a parade, and every social justice warrior says they belong in it. It's like, I don't know. Maybe that was why we start. All right, now, okay, fuck it. Now it's because it's March, and I'm Irish, so fuck it. So why the fuck is everyone messing with my parades? Discuss. That's terrible. That's a mean thing.
Speaking of history, I think everybody should check out this video. It's the history that you've never been taught, underground history. John Taylor Gatto, but he does a very great in-depth. If you got some time, it's a 5-hour interview. But
I go to sleep to stuff like this, so yeah, I'm putting it open on my other.
He goes through a lot of the history, that we're not taught, and you know some of the real reasons behind why the world is where we're at right now. So it's a great interview
top
to
perfection gamer. Fixing to pop off.
yeah.
Here's we just pop.
But that was an eye opener for me when I watched it, and it's he really lays it all out for you in that interview.
Live
What's that?
Where are you from?
Alabama, man.
Alabama. Okay, I'm from Florida because I can hear that you were from the East Coast, but not like New York or anything like that. I just didn't know where.
Yeah, I got a little bit of a weird accent. My parents are from Michigan, but I was born and raised in the South, so.
So there was a tornado.
Yeah, so I don't know if we got Robbie here, but he lives more south where the tornadoes are around like Lee County. But yeah, they killed like 23 people, so it was a pretty bad.
Oh, you guys are getting fucking tornadoes in Vegas, and in Henderson, down in the valley, which we never get snow. 3 hours, 4 hours, it was snowing. There was snow all over on top of the car. There was snow all over my yard, and I was just like, "What the fuck is going on? Are pigs flying? Like, what the hell is going on?" And there's weird weather everywhere. You know, there was Mexicans in Mexico, Puebla, that sued Volkswagen because Volkswagen was using a supersonic, like cannon, to shoot these frequencies in the air to keep precipitation away, because they had lost a bunch of money when a hailstorm came in, and so they didn't want to lose any more money. Now, let me ask you something. You know, these farmers had to sue them for over 5,000 acres of crops that didn't grow right because this fucking dealership is making the rain stay away. Let me ask you, who the fuck gave Volkswagen permission to control the weather? Buddy, talk about it.
I've never heard of that one.
That shit just happened.
A long time ago. I was pissed. They got $3.5 million. The farmers.
Huh. Yeah, I mean the whole geoengineering thing, definitely a thing. Like they're, you know, those aren't just contrails, they are chemtrails, you know, the ones
sure,
that
without a doubt
actually linger. I mean,
I was a 90s kid watching the sky, the Blue Angels, Pepsi Cola, all that in the 80s. I'm 40 years old. We didn't have skies like that.
Yeah.
Look like that.
No, yeah, and you can you can definitely show somebody, you know, if you see a real contrail, you know, it forms, but then it dissipates. But
then like a minute or two, it will go away. It'll dissipate.
Yeah, and you know, so what they're putting out is our clouds that are lingering.
Contrails no different than the smoke coming out of your breath when it's cold. It's
and
there.
Then why do they become these wispy things? Like, shouldn't it become, if it was true, like, you know?
Thank you.
If it was truly.
Yeah, and like people.
I hate the crisscross. No, we should. There's got to be. I'll go on like another network. I'll find some fucking crisscrosses. Like it's like a checkered field. Like we're playing tic-tac-toe in the sky. That's not normal. That's not normal. Regardless if it's fucking carbon dioxide.
You want to see something? Because I go out here in the desert. Let me find this picture. It was the most. I've never seen a rainbow. Fucking laser beam of a rainbow. It didn't look like I mean, this is some rainbow. Wait till you guys see it. Sorry. Stuff in the sky. They have to be.
Yeah, you get these weird things that they're called like sun dogs or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah.
But
those are natural. I've seen those. But
yeah, you definitely get like these little weird rainbows that pop up in them and stuff.
This is just by itself, no sundog, and a cloud that looks like a fucking jaguar.
Yeah.
I did not do any filters, nothing. This is the picture as is. with this beautiful camera. Note 9. It's a great camera, man, on this phone.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh my God, espérate.
Oh wow.
Look at that shit. So beautiful. And guess what? I have the video. I have a. Let me see if I can make a GIF out of it. Oh my gosh! Look at that, Greg. Basket weaving. I'll tell my roommate, hey, they're basket weaving. We better not go hiking. I can't hike anymore because my stomach. It's just I can't do it. I can't even barely walk without.
Give you a piggyback.
Oh,
Come on. Come on. What am I going to do? I'm going to play all this metal and not take you to a mountaintop every once in a while. Fucking A.
So.
Come up to the peaks. It's good for you. Enjoy the basket weaving. Exactly. What the fuck are we doing? We're forming a rainbow bridge to Isengard? What the hell's going on over there?
So looking at this Bradley Manning thing again. So Chelsea Manning. So Bradley.
Oh, that's a big deal, dude. Bradley Manning. Okay. You dead named him. You dead named him. You did it. It wasn't this guy. It was you.
Well.
No, I'm being an asshole. I'm sorry I did that to you.
In jail then, huh?
Yeah, no. Seriously, this is a person who is a response to some serious trauma. They experienced the worst of humanity, and I don't give a fuck what the reaction is to that. Because I don't know how I could... They stared... That Chelsea Manning stared into hell and is still standing. Everybody else is dead, dude. Everyone else has been shot. This is the only living witness that has been, like, literally put their face in the fire bucket and came out and told us what happened. This is a fucking... We should actually give a shit now. Like, that's just... And, like, Chelsea Manning did not roll over. That's a big deal. You know? Did not roll over. Big deal. Everybody else could have rolled over. But person who's been through hell and back and is still standing up. Like I say, I give respect where respect is due. I don't give a shit what your fucking problems are. I don't care who you sleep with. I don't care what you do with your own genitalia. I don't give a shit. Respect where respect is due. This motherfucker got it for me. Absolutely all day long.
Yeah.
I love how the article doesn't say anywhere that what Chelsea Manning had exposed initially were war crimes. The article just says like, oh, they were cables and whatever. It doesn't mention the fact that it caught that she released video of catching U.S. troops committing war crimes, double tap strikes, which are illegal under international law. I love how the article just conveniently leaves that part out. It's just, but not surprising, you know. I mean, coming from
I want to double down, dude. Not only was Chelsea Manning traumatized by what she saw? Yes. Was I traumatized by what she saw? Yes. Was then she locked up and humiliated on a fucking regular basis for years because she told everybody what traumatized her, what traumatized me? Yes. That's all I'm saying, dude. It's a fucking fact, man. This is a problem, dude. I don't give a shit whatever that person has to do to deal with that. Whatever Chelsea has to do to deal with that shit. I'm gonna throw a bone, dude. I'm gonna be a pal. I'm gonna be a bro. I'm gonna be that guy. I'll be a friend to whoever fucking goes through that shit and comes out clean. I'll be a friend. You know.
Because that person has integrity. That person has couth.
Dude, I stand up for Julian Assange, and apparently Chelsea Manning stands up for Julian Assange too. Fucking A right. Balls to the walls.
Yeah. Whistleblowers. These whistleblowers need to be protected. It's yeah, I mean they even put defense distributor, the guy that Cody Wilson, they nailed something on him just to put him away. I don't know if he's still in legal proceedings now. he created the Ghost Gunner, the benchtop CNC that you can create your own, finish your lowers and all that kind of stuff. And he said that he's going to be as careful as possible in his life to not
Excellent. Yeah, patient zero. I agree.
to not draw any attention to himself, so that they don't pin anything on him. But it looks like they probably pinned something on him, and they're trying to put him away.
Yeah, I mean, I think he bailed out on the charges. So yeah, I mean, that case is probably gonna drag on as long as those cases drag on. But yeah, it was pretty disappointing for all the outlets to come out when he was charged and come out and basically call him a pedophile and dismiss him, and him being the guy who created all the the scary 3D printed guns that the media was all over. Yeah, and so now it's convenient that now he's getting dismissed in the public eye.
Right. I think there's definitely more to that story than the mainstream narrative there.
All I know is if they don't like you, they put kitty porn on your computer.
Oh God, that's fucking scary, isn't it?
It's
it's
very scary.
Everybody.
Oh, it's
Do it to
terrifying.
anybody.
Dude, I have been strictly fucking against the FBI more than every other agency, but I swear to God, I tell you, the CIA is bad. I pick on the CIA secondary. The FBI, they are the fucking troll. They are the one under the bridge. They are a terrible gatekeeper. And if you look at what's going on with Trump right now, is what I'm saying. Like, think about this though. I'm a person that actually has dealt with the FBI as a fucking troll gatekeeper for people I employ myself who want to go on to actually work for the government. I could go on this. I have like dozens of stories. Well, these fuckers show up and they're literally trying to do this with Trump right now, and they're failing miserably. This is what I can tell you from personal experience. The FBI gatekeepers are freaking the fuck out because they were not allowed to stop Trump and like people like him. And I've been dealing with assholes like them. Oh man, that's a different story altogether. I suppose that's I don't know. Is that a tangent, or do you guys want to change subject on how the deep state is fucking with everybody all the time, and I'm very pissed off about it?
I want to talk about some things that you can do to.
Robbie wants to talk too.
Yeah, you should. You should totally unmute Robbie, man.
I unmuted him. Can you get through, bro?
Now I have to button down in order to do something. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There he is.
Roger.
We got another member of the team on board. Come on, brother. You get first mic, dude. Let's hear it.
Nah, just talking about, this goes way back in history, and you have to go back 200 or 300 years to realize that this stuff is organized. It's against the populace, and it's designed to be the way that it is. And we're seeing the results of that stuff now.
Yep.
And what I mean by that is you have all these whistleblowers getting prosecuted, and that's part of a corporate structure that you can go back and find from 1913. All people have to do is review the history, and they can find what they need to know.
Dude, that's what I all do. That's what I'm doing, dude. I love that. Actually, I'll drop a link. The best article I wrote all week, the one that did well. And, again, if you're not listening to this on Discord and you're connected to Steam It, you should be. Because exactly what Robbie said. These kinds of conflicts go back way deep. I made like $34 off of this. People pay college professors to write papers and get approval. I don't pay smart people to look at this kind of stuff. People pay me to go out of my way to make sure I'm right about this shit. And Rob, dude, I went back to 1947. If you can go back 30 years, that's an entire generation. That would be who told the people to do what they did, and that is igniting the nuclear war between Pakistan and India today. I'm saying, I highlight this specifically because if you have 30 years back on just this one event, you can contribute to this conversation in a big way, a huge way. Because all I could do was go back to 1947. But if you said 1917, you got 30 years on this conversation. That is exactly what I'm talking about. That is what I was talking about entirely when I did this research. That is exactly what I'm talking about. We have to go back. We have to figure this shit out. You know, if you want to look at why people laugh at progressives, is because we look at AOC and even her own party, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, they're all laughing at her. It's just like, look, guys, we've been here for fucking 2 generations. We're talking like Dianne Feinstein, which is like 90 years old, you know? So a 20-year-old shows up and tries to tell a 90-year-old person about, you know, how things are and what's up. And, man, it blows up, dude. It blows the fuck up, dude. It blows the fuck up.
We got a woman with a 420.
Dude,
we got a woman with a 420 credit score getting booted out of her apartment, who is recruited at a casting call to be a damn senator, and you want to tell me that she came up with this New Deal thing in one day on her own?
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, real knowledge. Times and dates. When this shit happened and why it happened. Actual reality. Like, people like her want to encourage everyone to say...
Entertainment. They're trying to get a hold of our minds. Entertainment. That girl's just there to entertain us. Look at her.
Be you, yo.
Acts like that?
Be you. I've been hanging out with people like her a long time, just so everyone's clear. I should say, I have been spending much time with people like her for quite some while now. if I want to drop the BU accent. But trust me, if you want to pick up girls like AU, you got to talk like this, because they like it.
Talk like this. The New England accent is the hardest one. I can't do that one.
Well, no, I can't either. I can't stop doing it. I can't stop doing the accent. That's the problem, dear.
I know. It's cool though. It's cool. I like it. I like
It's not cool. Robbie? It's fucking trashy ghetto
Robbie's
shit.
Accent, you gotta talk like this. I learned.
Huh? Oh, I don't know. I'll talk like an Englishman one of these days. I'll figure it out. I will figure it out.
I had an English guy, and I said, I always see Americans imitating, an English accent. Can you imitate an American accent for me? And boy, was that interesting.
I'm down.
I would
Next time you see somebody.
I would think a lot of British people are pretty good at it, because if they consume a lot of like American TV and shit, then they probably have more exposure than the other way around.
Yeah, maybe. I think the propensity for it, maybe. This guy was a normal Joe. When he did it, it was great. He did a pretty good job, but it's funny to hear it from the other perspective.
Oh yeah, it's weird.
And it was really cool.
Yeah, like when there's actors and stuff. I mean, I don't consume a lot of mainstream media, but the movies I have seen with actors who are like Australian or English, like in The Walking Dead, like a bunch of their characters.
I was just gonna say that's the perfect. Everybody uses Rick Grimes. Everybody uses that one. Yeah, I know. He's so American, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's weird.
Wrong. Yeah, he's like super English.
He's Australian? What is he?
And,
I really know he's not. Now stop it.
What's I can't think of the character's name, but the guy who oh crap. And he you know, he's also British, and he does an American accent, but then it's also like a Southern American accent. So like there's like videos where they put together him like speaking on the show, and like a lot of times his accent is really inconsistent between himself.
I saw something about that guy. I saw, because I watch a lot of like countdowns and stuff like that, because I do a Factor Friction on my Friday shows. So like I'll watch different countdown videos of mysterious videos, and if I find one mysterious and I kind of want to get the populace opinion, I'll do a fact and fiction and see what everybody else thinks, if it's fact or if it's fiction, you know? Or I'll do news articles. Like last week I think I did Bigfoot. There was a news article that came from Virginia. But something about, and I know who you're talking about. It was like a countdown for like English actors that actually are different from when they sound, and they had said continuity of accent between his shows, he kind of loses it. And I don't remember who they were talking about, but I'm sure it's the same guy.
I think his name's Morgan on the show.
That guy, no.
So, what do you guys think about the moon landing? Do you guys think that we went to the moon?
I think Owen Benjamin flattened the Earth.
Listen,
That's
if
what I
we
think. Owen
went to the
Benjamin
moon,
has
if
flattened
we
the
did
Earth.
Where did this?
the moon, then something told us get the fuck back. Them boys
Chinese-
not
Tend to what she said.
The Chinese is growing bok choy on the dark side of the moon, and I think that needs to be stopped by nuclear weapons.
Make me
And that's
put
my
a record
official
player on.
position.
We got a record player.
The interesting thing is hearing when all the astronauts are interviewed, they all have different statements about whether they can see the stars or not see the stars, and it's just a
You know what?
total
You just look
blackness,
at the
or they can
faces.
see amazing starlight.
Making stuff. You remember the when the three boys got back and they were sitting there and doing the press conference in front of the whole world for the TV? Those boys did not look like somebody who was happy to achieve something as great as landing on the moon.
Yeah.
They looked scared. One of
Yeah.
them was fucked up and cut. The guy looked at him and said, "No, like, don't say that." You know, you could see it.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a
Yeah.
sham. Whatever it is, I don't know if they maybe just got out in our inner orbit and realized there was something a lot different than they thought and turned around. I don't know if that's even possible.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? But I really don't think that they landed on the moon and put a flag on the moon. No, I don't.
Yeah. The full
They didn't land
the
on
full
no
story.
moon.
The full story doesn't really check out. It's that what we're told is definitely not the true case. Actually, there's another guy on Steam It here. His name is Professor Bromide, but apparently, he's working with a nuclear company right now, and he just sat in a presentation about getting to Mars and using nuclear thermal reactors to get to Mars. And I questioned him on the Van Allen belts and things like that. And
Thank you, like that Tesla car, please.
and so yeah, he said that they actually have plans to mitigate the exposure to the Van Allen belts and things like that. But that's another thing that they state, is that they don't have the technology now to be able to make it, to be able to go back.
I know, I heard him. We used to have the technology, but we broke it, or we don't have. It's too expensive. Shut the fuck up with your mouth. Where did our tax dollars go, motherfucker?
58 million a year.
Oh,
I think that, they do have radiation mitigating technology through magnetic fields.
Yeah.
There's a guy named Arthur Davis that was well, it might not be Arthur Davis, but his last name was Davis, who was part of the program, and he specialized in magnetic fields I think they did something different. I think they staged the whole scenario, but I think they got there and they found something they didn't want to see. They didn't want to be public, and that's my take on the scenario. But as far as I can tell, NASA used some advanced magnetic shielding.
For a straight answer.
So the Van Allen belt would have been mute.
Yeah, I think it's that. Yeah, like I'm leaning that direction as well. Is that the story is not what we were told, and there's like no way. Like, so in 1/6 of the Earth's gravity, even with a spacesuit that weighs 185 pounds and a 185-pound human, that's only like 62 pounds while you're on the surface of the moon. And, you know, you only see these guys jumping like, you know, 16 inches off the surface of the moon. Like, you should be able to bound in like great leaps if you're only 62 pounds, you know? It just doesn't make sense.
No, it
But
doesn't.
even that don't really account for because you could still bounce around, but you'd have to have, like you said, probably 4 times more than that. But how you gonna get the crap out of the hole to climb down the ladder with all that stuff on there?
I gotta say one thing. I've been pretty consistent that I think Owen Benjamin has been drinking too much and talking live about the moon landing. So I am going to be a conscientious objector to this entire conversation because I can't even form the words
I
right.
saw something where that old dude was.
I'm
Dude, man.
gonna stow my own personal line and say that getting really drunk and talking about the moon landing live on a podcast is probably not my bag. I'm too drunk for this. I'm just saying. That's my take on the situation.
Damn it, Buzz, the fucking crazy one, man. He's fucking. Oh no, he's not crazy. He's just had enough. He's had too much. He told this little girl that they never went. The girl asked about the moon landing. He's like, "Well, we never went."
Yeah,
Sure.
I've heard that interview.
I heard about a
You can
guy.
see his face. You can see his face.
I was just gonna say, I heard about a guy who I'm not sure if he was an astronaut or not, but he was like somehow closely tied to the supposed moon landing, and then supposedly people thought he was going to come out and tell the truth, and then he conveniently dropped dead like right before he was gonna come out and expose it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's all these like patents too that show that we've had much more advanced technology. Like Robbie and I talked about it a few times back. I had him on my show. We talked about it a little bit, but you look into a guy, Paul Laviolette, but he wrote a book called The Secrets of Anti-Gravity or Electrogravitic Propulsion, and or is it anti-gravity propulsion? Robbie could probably tell it better, but
of anti-gravity. That's the secrets of anti-gravity propulsion, and he laid out the case with T. Townsend Brown. It dates back into the 30s, and this is all historical, documented fact. It's not something subjective that somebody can look up and make up on YouTube or whatever. This is all stuff that is documented fact. So.
Yeah, so the technology is way more advanced than what we think, and T. Townsend Brown is definitely a dude to go check out, and to look into Paul Laviolette, if you're want to go down the rabbit hole there.
One thing I do need to interject is when it comes to the alien stuff and all this other stuff and the moon landing stuff. With the help of Patient Zero, or whatever pseudonym he's using today, we totally bagged Tom DeLonge, and the link I just threw in there has all of his secret White House deep state stuff, all of the shit. Me and him bagged that motherfucker cold dead. So if you want to talk about any of this stuff, you really should read this post. You should really read his stuff to, the Podesta stuff. Yeah, patient zero, type, motherfucker, type. Back me up, motherfucker. It is extremely interesting, and we should absolutely, when people are dirtying the waters, we should totally give them the middle finger. Like I said, I didn't drop this link because it's gonna make me money. This is absolutely has to be part of the public discussion from now on.
Yeah, I'll have to read it, man. Like, I know Tom
DeLonge was a public thing, trying to stage a little deal to
it was a fucker.
Somebody else, and that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, he's trying to do a disclosure event, and to disclose that, we have, people visiting the planet, extraterrestrials and stuff, and the technology and all that the government has and is out there. So yeah, I'll have to read through this.
Well, it's certainly something to do. It's free too. Like I said, it's a free book. Yes. Like I said, information war and deep dives are a hell of a thing. We're not fucking around.
Send you guys friend requests. And Discord is being mean to me.
I think you're my friend. I want to be. Oh, there she goes. See, that's what happens. You fucked with the wrong people. Now you're gone forever. That sucks. Pretty nice got dropped, guys.
Yeah, so yeah, the Tom DeLonge thing, yeah, I don't know the full story on that guy. Other than, he did this, he's bringing this to the Stars Academy out there.
Are you saying that you don't read my posts intently? You don't follow, you don't cling on my every word making stuff? I spend all this time.
Any article
I spent all... And the same thing with you, Patient Zero. Me and him cling on each other's words. We got a bromance going. I love that guy. Yeah,
I said it from the start.
That's a face that I want to give a hug to. I kiss his cheeks when he lets me. Not often. He doesn't let me often, but I'll do it. I swear I'll do it. But no, I'm actually I'm a real stinker. I don't know if you guys know this. When it comes to conspiracy theories, I'm a real stinker. I'm not that guy. I'm a real yeah. I'm that information war means to me that I don't have a biased opinion. When the shit defies my narrative, I go with it anyway. I'm all about it. I don't give a shit. I'm wrong all the time. I think the true path to wisdom is admitting that you don't know a goddamn thing about anything. When you realize that you have no clue about reality, that's when you start understanding things. When you are able to learn, that's when you start to get it. I don't know a fucking thing. It's a tough thing because I want to be that, I'm a YouTube authority on this. Well, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a Steamian. I'm on Steam It. I'm doing Steam It, dude. I want your opinion. Everybody on Steam is a content creator. That's why I like you guys.
Yeah, man. What you're saying is true. People don't go there. They don't bother to go get the facts. They just want to. They want to.
Is anybody there?
Dabble around with stuff
We're here.
They find.
We're here. You're breaking up pretty nice, but we're here.
That's what it is. All right, now I can hear you. Okay, so whenever I don't hear anybody else, that means I'd be breaking up to them. This internet always this time. I think everybody goes on at this time. See?
Sharing is caring. We have to try to share, I guess. I don't know.
Sharing is caring.
You should share the Jaeger bottle with us.
Dude, I wish I could, man. It would make my life easier.
No, it's whiskey, isn't it? Not Jaeger. Oh my god, I hate Jaeger. You guys, man, I drank that shit one night, man. I wanted to die the next day. My brain was like throbbing. Oh. Never had a
master.
brain. Oh no.
I don't know. I don't really know what inspires somebody to make a thing like Jägermeister. You know? It's like, well, I have licorice, and I suppose there's sugar in it. Let's get drunk off of it. I don't know.
Get drunk off of rice.
I actually still own a Jaeger machine. It
does look like it. They probably did put motor oil.
Yeah, totally motor oil.
That's not Jaeger. 20 years. That ain't no fucking.
Well,
that is not no Jaeger.
Jaeger is a cool company because they give you Jaeger machines. I don't know if you've owned a bar, you've owned a Jaeger machine. I still have a Jaeger machine. It's like a way to make licorice slushies. This has nothing to do with news. This is just me being a drunk. You know? Dude, but you know, if you have a Jaeger machine, oh man, I'll look it up real quick. Dude, they're awesome. I got one. I got a couple actually. Those fuckers gave them to me. I don't know why. Maybe because they thought I would be on the radio one day.
Yeah, I remember that too.
I fucking. Yeah, man.
I drank all my dad's
They exist.
And replaced it with Diet Coke.
Jaeger machines.
I
don't know.
Fucking.
Is this me just being a bartender? These things are fucking awesome, right?
Yes.
Jaeger slushies.
Yeah, that's the machine.
On demand. It's a good thing. I don't know why. It makes sense to me. No, we can get absinthe. That's not true, Jacked Up. We can get absinthe and we can brew our own absinthe. Oh, no. We can do.
I don't know. You might get better stuff over there. You guys are by, an ocean and shit.
Yeah, we can make our own, dude. Northern wormwood is a local vegetable in New England, man. We got wormwood. Oh, yeah. We make absinthe, dude. Oh, yeah. That green shit. Oh, yeah. Give me that opium and that absinthe. Have you never been to New Hampshire? You should hang out with us. We have serious addiction problems. We're doing fine. Oh, yeah.
I think everybody has their own.
Kinder Care eggs? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We have them. Yes, we can get Kinder eggs.
Wait a minute now. Now, wait a minute, Jack. I had one, and I'm going to tell you right now, I was thoroughly disappointed, and I wanted to cry, and I wanted to vomit. In fact, I was going to do an episode. I was going to do one of my episodes on it, but I was so upset because it's not the same. It's not a Kinder egg. It's not
corporate lies.
It was
corporate
now
lies.
Wait a minute. It was banned. No, they came back. They just re-released these Kinder eggs. That's probably because they still had some shells left over. They had to use up or something. Because they took away the good ones, okay? And it used to be a solid chocolate, and then it had a toy in the middle. Mom didn't watch their child, okay? Knowing that there's a toy in the middle and that's small, you're supposed to watch your child and give him chocolate and let him play with the toy, and you're supposed to teach him, okay? The point is, they brought it back and it has a yogurt soup in it with 2 fucking chocolate balls.
Yeah. Straight up.
What the fuck is that?
Yep. Dude, the real Kinder eggs used to have like fucking metallic crossbows and shit in them, you know?
Yeah.
This shit is bullshit. The stuff we got around here is bullshit. My kids got tricked by that shit all day. Bullshit. Corporate balls.
They've ruined everything.
Corporate lies.
Toys in the cereal. Toys used to be so cool in the cereal. Not anymore. If anything, you gotta send something off. We used to get toys all the time in our cereal. Our moms used to fucking kick our ass because we would run to the box and want to dig our fucking dirty ass hands all the way to the bottom of that fucking cereal just to get that fucking octopus that you throw in the wall.
I
don't do
bought.
that shit no more.
Just a side note, because I have another parent in the room. I'm telling you, man. I got one kid demanded Frosted Flakes because he didn't give a shit. He just wanted straight up sugar for breakfast. So he demanded Frosted Flakes.
They're being cheap and they don't do it no more.
I didn't even like Frosted Flakes when I was a kid. I was like, nah, man, I don't want that sugar shit. I want some Raisin Bran or something. I wanted the junk food, but I wanted some fucking vitamins or something.
I liked Raisin Bran, and I liked grape nuts and all that. I liked the shredded wheat, but Fruit Loop was my favorite. You know, I used to eat Fruit Loop, but I used to eat all that other stuff too with a little bit of sugar on top.
My other kid got Crunch Berries, though. Crunch Berries. I don't know. No fruit, but, you know, close enough. Fake fruit.
Jack says s'more cereals where it's at.
Dude, I was trying to steer him towards the s'more cereals, so my kids made better decisions. I tried. Weird.
Sugar is horrible for you.
Oh my God, is it? Just stay away from it. You know, I took my breast implants out, okay? And February 6th of this year, FDA and the CDC announced this year, 2019, February 6th, my dad's birthday, they announced that breast implants cause cancer.
Yeah.
They left a tiny piece of scar tissue behind my left nipple, and now the doctor's like, oh, don't worry about it. Of course, they all tell you don't worry about it. But then it becomes an issue because they told me my stomach down there, when my intestine was wrapped around the fallopian tube, don't worry about it. Now it's fucking open. Don't worry about it. Now no doctors worry about it because everybody's got a jurisdiction issue. Oh, this one's the abdomen. Oh, the gynecologist is the... Oh, so now I got to start over.
Oh, I hate them about that.
Bullshit.
I spent 3 years getting shuffled around through specialists because none of them wanted to fucking make a decision. You know?
Like, just make a decision or let me know. Communicate.
Do your job. Do your fucking job, right? That's what I want to tell those assholes.
I think I'm going to tell them Friday. I'm going to try. You know, I've been practicing. End up in jail, but you know what? Maybe jail's the only way I get fixed. Because if I can't make my own cot, they ain't going to like it, but I can't move, so they're going to fix my stomach.
I don't know. I mean, this is naps. I'll admit one thing. I gave up giving a shit about being locked up in jails a while ago. I'm worried more about prisons nowadays.
I don't know.
Jails, I can dig it. I do fine in jails. I've proven that fact. But the prison thing, I'm not too into. Yeah, there's a distinction. Jail, I'll come down and hang out with you. I got you. Take 20 hours at the 20 hours. I can't keep you for 20 any more than 20. But you know, them prisons. Yeah, I'm pretty. I'm pretty against the prison system. Not a big fan. Not a thing. Not a good thing. I'm not into it. Not into it.
There's a lot of stuff you can do to boost your own immune system, and there's, you know, natural antibiotics like colloidal silver and things like that.
Listen, I know it's gross. I had a boil, you know, like when your hair backs up and it creates an abscess. You know what I'm talking about? Like an abscess. I've had one of those before, but I had one when I had my, you know, I was sick with my breast implants for 2 years. I was in a bed. It sucked. Wow. But you know what I did? I looked online for some, you know, because I do everything homeopathic now. And they say slice up a potato, an organic potato, and put it on there with a bandage and do it, you know, repetitive, you know, throughout, you know, every night. By the third night, all of the pus came out. It cleared. And I have not had problem there since.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, natural medicines that, you know, I think the medical industry is pretty good at dealing with trauma-based injuries, but they're pretty shit when it comes to overall health. And there are many homeopathic remedies and natural remedies out there that are a lot better for you than you know, any of the pharmaceuticals, or really nobody should be taking antibiotics unless you're about to die.
Thank
And
you.
Yeah.
and
Last
it totally
resort.
destroys.
Good point.
It totally destroys your natural
Gut flora.
It's
gut flora,
hospice
yeah.
stuff. Yeah. Last resort.
Yeah, speaking of that, this
I had to
is
fix my stomach. I had to drink diatomaceous earth and then bentonite clay for like 3 months, but my stomach normal. It's because they had me on all these antibiotics and shit.
yeah.
Because my breast was continuously poisoning me, and the doctors, they didn't fucking care. They all continue to play dumb because it's plastic surgery, and they don't deal with plastic surgery. They're taught to ignore it, so they don't care about your health. They don't have a conscience. They can just move on to the next person.
Yeah, that's I'm so big into what Wim Hof has going on with his method. Like, they injected him and some of his students that he taught his technique to. They injected them with E. coli, live E. coli bacteria that would like put people down for a week.
Year.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
but you can't work in a restaurant for a year if you get E. coli.
yeah. So they directly injected these guys with E. coli, and they like knocked it out within 30 minutes with their ability to engage their own body's immune system through, you know, training the mind to be able to kick in an immune response. It's pretty amazing.
I want you guys to watch that.
All right.
Oh, that's good stuff. Dude.
It's a blog that I did, and you know, now my stomach's tore open, so it's a whole different story. I can't even do the little bit of hiking that I did at the end of this video. It's about 10 minutes, but if you want to get to know a little bit, having to fucking ever talk about it and shit, you know, like this is the best way, and you get to see my person. Just watch the fucking video.
Definitely.
Dude, I don't know if I'm helping or hurting here, but there's a fucking problem with doctors in the Southwest, you know, carving up people's midsections. You know, my wife moved to New Hampshire and got away from that shit, but her mom only was able to have 2 kids because they fucking did the same shit, dude. They fucking ripped her up, dude. This is an actual fucking thing, dude. This is something that hits like home for me. Cause I know, you know, it's personal. I've seen it, dude. They don't. There's a difference between doctors in the Northeast and the Southwest, and this is a discussion. It makes me mad. You know, this is another thing that like affects me on an emotional level. Cause women in the Southwest have this. This you're not alone is what I'm saying. A lot of people need this fucking shit to be talked about. This is a problem for like everybody who cares about women and fucking Americans, and what the fuck's going on over there, man? This isn't something that everyone deals with around America, dude. This is something that women deal with in the Southwest that I'm starting to flip out about, dude. I'm not. This is a trend.
Let's put it this way.
This is a fucking trend, dude. This is not like something that everyone in America. Minnesota women don't deal with this. Florida women don't deal with this. Women in the Southwest deal with this fucking. This is something that's been fucking messing with my head, dude. I don't like it. This is something my grandma. You know what I mean?
Separated. The medical system is separated. They separated titles. It's not no more a neck doctor. Now it's the first 3 bones, there's a specialist for that. Then the next 3 bones, there's a specialist for that. And they chop it up so that nobody can communicate and you never get anything done.
Specialists, man. They shift you around.
Yes, they do. And it's so tiring because when I walk, it feels like I'm walking against the gravitron, you know. And I used to be an avid hiker. I'm such an outdoors girl, and you know, now I live in a box. I live in this room.
I live in a bubble too, man. I fucking hate it too. I swear to
All
God,
my videos
dude.
I create with, you know, my green screen, and then I will go on like I went to Area 51 not too long ago. And then
cool.
when I go and stop to the little store, you know, I'm just walking I can walk for about an hour. Slow. But man, one thing scares me. I'll pass out.
Yeah, don't get me started on yeah, well, it's funny you brought up like the Southwest specifically, Gregory, regarding doctors, because my mom, over a decade ago now, had like some symptoms, and she, was told to go
Breast
to,
implants.
one specialist and another specialist. But what's funny is, well, not funny, but she was like complaining of having trouble swallowing and food and breathing and stuff like that. And her doctor gave her antidepressants for that for some reason.
Ah! Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, she
fucking
he
serious?
said that it was probably caused by stress, so he gave her antidepressants so she would be
No, he's
less
just trying to
stressed.
make her docile. And oh god, this is ridiculous. I see it in my head. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry. I'm freaking out about it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I hope she
and
changed doctors.
sorry?
I hope she changed doctors.
Well, unfortunately, she ended up having like a really rare cancer, and she dropped dead like within 6 months, because none of the
fucking
doctors she was going
serious?
to could figure it out.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
God, how sad.
Yeah, they couldn't. They just kept saying it was it's probably just bronchitis or stress, like I said.
My
or
God, it's probably what I have.
tissue. Yeah, and then they just like ignored it till it was too
The
late.
asbestos. I'm
and,
telling you, my '69 Beetle. I used to work on it all the time. I replaced the fucking brake pads and the shocks. Like I didn't wear a mask and I got asbestos in me, man. I bet you I have cancer. Oh my God, I have hypochondria too.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Very shit, man.
Yeah, it's
You know, he's
the,
over there
the whole
screaming.
medical industry, yeah, is totally
It's
it's
an
all
industry now. You're right. It's about
totally
making money.
rigged.
It's not a medical system. You're right. It's an industry. You put it exactly right. It's
Well,
there to
there's-
make money.
You can't make money off of people that are healthy. So
No.
you know,
And that's what the dude from Goldman Sachs said. I just did a video. But that's what I was doing. He said, I put a post on it though on Instagram because I took a picture of the article. He said that curing people was not going to be sustainable for the business model in the medical industry in the future. And I
Yep.
could not believe this when I saw this article. It was just like,
and
what
making
the fuck?
stuff mentioned vaccines
Right.
earlier, and this conversation reminded me of an article about a Mexican doctor who may have found a cure for HPV.
Yeah, I know.
And the U.S. is busy trying to make everybody get the HPV vaccine, so that wouldn't be good for their
I
body.
told my friend's daughter, I told her not to get it. I told her not to tell her daughter to get that shit. I didn't give my daughter that shit. They're trying to sterilize people.
Oh,
yeah.
now it's not
Yeah.
even just kids now. They're recommending it to like up to 40-year-olds and shit.
No, thank you. You're just trying to sterilize my ass.
Bill Gates
Oh,
is
yeah.
the devil, yo.
No, I'd like to drop this link here. It's
Okay.
1,200 studies, and it's they're all peer reviewed, published through PubMed, and you can download that document and read through these 1,200 studies about the effectiveness and safety of vaccines. And
They're not. They're not at all. Formaldehyde.
Well,
There's
yeah.
nothing.
well, yeah, it points out that these things are there are a lot.
Experiment.
Yeah, there are a lot of it's an expose on how the vaccines are harmful and detrimental to people, and it points out the studies on it.
My son at 18 months had his MMR and deep whatever the shit. He had a bad reaction. His legs got like these 3 big fucking knots, man. He had fever, and then afterwards, man, he wasn't right. Changed.
Yeah, that's what it talks about is that
and my son
the
got
levels of
diagnosed
autism.
Has high functioning autism and ADHD. He's extremely hyper. I can't get him, to you know, but let me tell you, I've worked with him, and he is one fucking cool kid. He really is, man. He skateboards. He's a little bit awkward sometimes, you know, like I can see where, but he's got friends. But I've been working with him since as soon as I found out, you know, and because it's a perspective, it's a social and an emotional disability. You can't see it. So, you know, people don't understand. It's so hard to explain, but I know that something happened after he had those shots. Yeah, because that's when he started the repetitive behavior. That's when he started eating the paint in the walls, and he started banging his head on the wall, and then stacking his toys, and then building these weird roads. And, you know, he didn't talk till he was 4. Oh, wow. You know, at 4.5, I think we first started talking. Yeah. Yeah, I had to put him on medication because, you know, that was my last, you know, I didn't do it for a long time, but then he broke his arm. And then I was like, that's it, I can't. He's all over the place. And once I put him on medication, I will say this one thing. He started learning, and he is a great straight A student. He's a good kid. And if you guys follow me on Steam, you'll see my videos. You'll see my kids in them every once in a while. He's a really good kid. Even him and I talk about the responsibility of how he needs to learn how to control himself. We don't give him the medication on the weekends. We don't give it to him in the summers. We talk about it because he's 13, and he wants to eventually get off the medication and not use it. You know, and I commend my son for that. And you know, we have done where we won't let him take it for about a week and see what it does. And you know, he lacks concentration. So you know. Right now, he needs
dude, I have him and I talk. So many problems with that, dude. I'm a homeschooler, and one of my kids is a victim of vaccines, as far as I'm concerned. And he's the only. My other kids got scholarships to private schools, but the one kid who was allergic to vaccines, I'm gonna be homeschooling him for a long time. Let me tell you. You know,
yeah, it's not fair.
It's fucked up, and ooh, man.
I think it's more than just the vaccines, and that's why we can't pinpoint it. You know what I think the other factor is? They're giving women these prenatal vitamins, right? And what's in them?
That's fucking
load of fucking folic acid. Wait, and it's
thank
not real
you for
folic,
that.
Real folic acid.
Thank you for that shit. God damn it! That's why I like this conversation, because making stuff, man. I'm gonna go to a homestead. I might be too city for my own kids, but I'll be fucking damned if I'm not gonna be a good grandpa when it comes to this shit, dude. I swear to God, oh my God, I'm gonna get all whipped up.
I wouldn't doubt it. Put fluoride.
Yeah, so why did they put aluminum in? You know, they say they're using these aluminum in the vaccines as a way to preserve. It's a preservative, but aluminum is toxic to your brain chemistry.
My mom bought flour, and there was aluminum in it. And she called me. She was like, "Francesca, you're right." She thinks I'm a nut.
Oh, you're crazy, and you need to be controlled, Joe. Somebody needs to put a leash on you. Because you're talking against the status quo. You know? You're fighting the information war. You're fighting the information war. You know, you need to be blocked in a box. Somebody with guns needs to be taking care of you. That's the point, man. You're fighting the information war. Somebody needs to point a gun at you. Fighting the information war. How dare you? How dare you fight the information war? Point a gun at that woman. Point a gun at her.
Yeah, so in this document, you can actively search it, and it has links in there that you can go to. And so, you know, there's a whole section on aluminum, and it says, you know,
that's probably what it was.
On August 9th, 2018, PubMed search of the keywords aluminum and toxicity revealed 5,262 articles. Is one of the top things when you look at the aluminum.
Ridiculous.
And, so, you know, there's a correlation between aluminum toxicity and, you know, neurological damage.
Look at the fucking things they put in our teeth, man. The fucking cavity fillings and shit.
Yeah, I watched a thing that there's this guy. Josh Mason that he went through a whole huge amount of struggle and finally figured out he had his mercury amalgam fillings removed, and he was able to move forward from that point. But he was suffering from, like, he was really close to being very suicidal, and it was he couldn't figure it out until like something told him that he needed to get his mercury amalgam fillings removed. And from that point forward, he started a whole detox regime to help, chelate and remove metals from himself, and he is now on a way better path, and is big into he's a big detox advocate, especially against the heavy metals of mercury and aluminum that are in assault.
They're in deodorants. I make my own deodorant. I make my own toothpaste.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, I'm telling you, breast implants have all those heavy metals in them. What the fuck do you need heavy metals inside some breast implants? That's what I want to know. But that's not the point.
Well,
the point is,
my point is, I have magnificent tits. Just so everyone knows.
The
fantastic.
Saline that they put inside them has a 6-month shelf life. Why are you letting women have it in their chest for 10 years? That's number 2. Number 3. Telling women if they want saline or silicone, like they have a choice. Because the saline, the outside is all silicone. So they're both silicone.
I'll tell you what, no, in all seriousness, no, when it comes to me and what I want women's breasts to look like, I love the fact that my wife gave me 5 kids, and I'm not complaining about anything. Not a damn thing. I liked them before. I like them now. I liked them during. And you know what? I'm thinking about knocking her up again just so I can have those. Yeah. So that's the kind of fucking pervert I am. I like women. I love women. I love them. I love women so much. And you know what? Yeah. You know what? If you don't think I do, rub your face in my ass. Yeah. Okay, we're going to have a good time. It's kind of a party I'm in. Yeah, you know, what kind of party?
You have 7 kids.
Dude, I'm thinking about having more. Fuck it.
Yeah, you'll have
Hold
an
on,
army,
I gotta
man.
put mine to bed. I'm putting
silicone. I don't need silicone. I can make my wife's whatever. Yeah, I can handle that. I can do it. If I want them bigger, I can make them bigger. That's what I'm saying. I got. You know what? And if they, I'm totally fine. I'm a very happily married man. You know, just what I'm saying. Yeah, I signed on.
That's good,
I'm just. I am. You know what? The only thing that I care about is that they're better than mine. If she has better breasts than mine, I'm cool. That's all I'm saying. I'm good.
Yeah.
And you know what? So far, it's non sequitur. She's been winning the whole time. So we're good. We're doing all right. You know? Not to say I can't compete. I got men. Like I said earlier, I have magnificent breasts. Throwing that out there as well. Magnificent. You know, beg for the glory of my breasts. I'm just saying. You know, you might have to turn your eyes away if I ever show you the glory in its own true form. But
that's all right, bro.
It is what it is.
You got to do the dumbbell, the free weight dumbbells to shape your chest, man.
Yeah.
You got to get pumped.
Yeah, pumped, yo. Now you know what the funniest thing is when I was managing like all of the meatheads. I was master meathead of Comcast, the major news, the major Viacom, NBC, all CNN, all the ones that we hate. When I was in charge of their security, I would really, oh man, those meetings were fun. Cause like, oh geez, I don't even know where to start. Huh. Yeah. I was more like that guy. That's what I wanted my job to be. They kept asking me real questions like, how do you protect against psychopaths? I'm like, man, give me keys and a flashlight and let me fucking hang out. I did not sign up for actual thinking when it came to protecting the major news corporations. I hate those people. You know, as far as I'm concerned, they got their money's worth, because I'm like, you know, if I was a person that really wanted you to go down, I would do this. That was the best. See, that's how they got you. That's how they get you. You know,
Well,
that's their 4D chess. They find people like me and like, so how would you take down the corporation? Would you like to be head of security? We'll give you $15 to not do that.
Well, that was one thing that was brought up in the whole gun debate as well, was that they did Department of Homeland Security did an internal audit of the TSA and found that they were 95% ineffective on stopping any kind of, you know, things that may be a bomb or whatever, or you know, weapons of some kind from getting through the securities thing. So, you know, there are the government taking care of the security. You have people that are just apathetic to doing their job well, or you know, it's just, you know, they're collecting a paycheck, and
no,
really
that's
should just
that's legitly where I'm 100% the authority.
And
I legit, like, actually, I went through the TSA and I went into federal prison guard because the TSA. Do you want to know the harsh truth? Does everyone want to call me an asshole for telling people the truth real quick? Anybody?
always tell the truth, brother.
All right. If you want to know the actual hiring practices, the TSA was supposed to be a minority program, and the federal prison system is supposed to be a white guy thing. I don't know how to say this without being a dickhead, but the TSA was supposed to be a affirmative action program. Yeah, well, no, I'm not joking, because when I am like legitly one of the top private security professionals in the country. I actually am. That's stupid to say, but that's true. I actually was in charge of the Comcast and Time Warner Cable are the two major media companies in the entire country, the world. They're the biggest. I actually was in charge of their security, like all the way up to the top, where I legitly had Donald Trump's number, his personal phone number. I was security for NBC. I was security for MSNBC. I don't know how to. Yes, I was there. I got it. I actually understand this stuff more than anybody else out there, especially on Steemit. For fuck's sake.
Wait,
I know more about this than anybody. Honest to God.
So you're so what'd you say? Your position? What's your position on the TSA?
Oh, it's an affirmative action program to get more people on the government payrolls. It's not a real thing.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's really not, and I'm sorry, because when I've sat down with FBI agents. I've sat down with NSA agents. I've sat down with all these people. I've gone through the interviews. I've gone through. I've recommended people. I'm actually a part of the system. I'm not. I've never actually lied about this, guys. I've always told you I'm a Freemason. I've always told you I was the head of security for Comcast and NBC. I've always told you I've worked for the media companies. That's what I said day one. I've always told you I was a Luciferian. I've always told you I've tried to be Christian. That's all I've ever said. I've been trying to tell you. This. No, I'm totally a Luciferian. I'm trying to be a Christian.
What is that? I don't pay attention to titles. I really don't. But because of the conversation, I want to know, what's a Luciferian?
I
just looked it up.
Shit,
kind of
man.
believe that
That's a
you're
can of
you're
worms altogether in its own right.
that you can be Lucifer was just like the light bringer back in
The
the
angel of
Bible, they call
knowledge.
that, right?
The angel of
So
knowledge.
so yeah, you believe that you can become God or whatever, or you can become
No,
godlike, I guess.
no. Damn it. I shouldn't have brought that up, should I? I
Are
shouldn't
you
have brought
talking
that.
about like more like the other school of thought where the fallen angel Lucifer wasn't the bad guy like they say he was, and instead
Yes!
he was like I've heard something about.
That's what
I've
I
heard
was
something
exactly talking about. That's exactly
Yeah.
it.
I can't rule anything
He's got a
out
bad
that
rap.
I don't know.
He's got a bad
You know,
rap.
I'm a very spiritual person. I'm very religious in my own spiritual way. I don't believe in organized religion, but so I like to understand and learn all the school of thoughts of different kinds of religions throughout the year. But I heard something about I heard a documentary about it was a different. It wasn't about religion, but it was about that story about Lucifer. And then I sat there and said to myself, well, it works because I mean. It fits as a story, but so does every single other. Think about it. Is the Tower of Babel, was that all about, a language, or was it like a bigger book that they chopped up in different pieces and they gave each country different pieces, and that's why we're all confused with our religion, and that's the major thing that's always going to give us war, right? So what if it's that we all religions are one? I really do. I think it's. That's a. Yeah, I know. And those cathedrals, back in the old days, they didn't have those cathedrals, those archways like that for no reason. You see the archways, when you look up, yes, there's a bunch of like, it looks like decoratage, but no, it's a fractal image. Each fractal has a note.
Yeah, I've seen
They're
like
there to instill certain behaviors in the congregation.
I've seen so the Masons are tied into some of these secret societies that are all kind of working for maybe unbeknownst to some of them, but they all kind of work in their structures towards the cabal, essentially.
I think I probably shouldn't have opened that can of worms.
Don't care. It doesn't bother me to talk about religion because I like to hear about it. I'm always a learning phase. I never diss anybody's religion because I believe that every belief is important to every person. Every person has a right to have their belief, and I really believe they're all connected in the grander scheme of things. I do.
I think what I should say about Luciferianism is it's not
Devil worship. It's not. No.
No, it's certainly not that. But it's not also something that stands upon its own. It needs it needs Judeo-Christianity. It needs Islam. It needs like the
It needs the whole story.
It needs a pillar to stand upon. Luciferianism does not stand upon its own self as a religion.
Hand symbolism. Yeah, don't get me started with that. You're right, Jack. Beyonce and fucking Jay-Z with a fucking.
We can get into it, dude. That's the thing, dude. I wouldn't mind steering the information more to dig into that, and I wouldn't mind being the one that verifies this, that, or the other thing, because yeah, I've been there. I can get into any. All right, just so anyone knows, I'll throw this out there. If you really want to get into a Masonic temple, or if you want to get into an Illuminati temple, I will.
You guys want to see pictures of a Masonic temple?
Do that. I can do that.
They filmed inside some of these Masonic places and stuff, and
let's go inside.
They've opened it up to people, but
no, I am that guy. I am a Master Mason. I am that.
33rd degree.
I'm not gonna tell you my degrees. All right, this. I'm a master of the Blue Lodge. I'm a master of the Blue Lodge. If you don't understand, come on, man.
The gatekeeper. Listen.
I'm gatekeeping for them. Yes, I am gatekeeping for the Masons. I never said I wasn't. I totally said that from day one. I don't fucking know everything, man. I'll tell you, dude.
I thought you're not with. I thought you don't do that anymore.
I'm not, dude. I don't. Well, yeah. I don't. I can't get you. Well, fucking A, man. You're giving me a hard time now.
Oh my God, I can't find it now.
All right, hey, now talk about the strife between the three factions.
What the strife between the factions?
Continue to elaborate,
Yes,
Robbie.
sir.
Well, all right. I can tell you
Well,
the three
there's
factions,
at
from
least-
what I
there's at least
understand.
three
Okay,
factions
there
that
are
striving for-
the three
What do you mean
factions
by
that
three
I understand
factions,
from
Robbie?
Freemasons. I can tell you what I understand because they actually asked me to join these teams. They were making me try to join these teams, and I didn't know. You know. Do you want to hear? Do you want to hear some factions between the free? I'll give you a. I'll get into it. Yes, I have an
Are
apron.
you gonna kill
It
us?
is made of lambskin and was dyed with bleach, and it's white as fuck. So there, Jack Dub. Yes, I do have an apron. Damn it. Of course I
I have one
do.
too.
Yeah, I don't know about these.
I look
I
good
don't-
in
I
it
don't-
too.
I'm interested in the more.
I don't know about the three factions thing.
All right. Well, there's the ancient faction that wants to defend all religions and wants to be a globalist force. There's the Templar, that are sort of a Christian group that want
Yeah, they're the
Christianity.
ones that came through, yeah, Indiana Jones Part 3. Okay.
No, those are the Shriners. Those were the non-religious. Okay. Huh. All right. There's. It's all right. There's more than 3 really, because there's been so many schisms. But all right. Think about the Shriners. They are the originals, the ones with the Fez hats
But there's now, right?
in Indiana Jones, right?
Really?
Those guys are the Shriners. They defend all religions equally. They are globalist people. They want to fight the Tower of Babylon. They are the ultimate globalist group. They want a one world government.
Shit,
They
maybe
want
I'm
a one
Shriner
world
and I didn't
language.
know it.
Well, shit, man.
Sound like a Shriner.
Sorry, my dear Francesca.
I
Yeah,
said,
it's called it's a
I said,
fraternity.
fuck, I sound like a Shriner.
It's a fraternity. Girls aren't allowed.
Whatever.
Yeah, word. Can't come in our club, yo.
Whatever.
Can't come
It's
in.
okay. I'm gonna throw a party and you guys are not invited.
Yeah, well, boys only, yo. Sucker.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
don't cry.
Well, we have the Eastern Star. We have all sorts of. Okay, we have Wicca. Oh, see, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna do this to me. Want to know what the
Ever
women?
noticed in that picture?
You want to know what the women do when you hang out with fucking weird fraternity people like me? That's a totally different conversation. Women have stuff to do. We like girls. We're into it. We dig it. We like really pretty ones help too. Just so you know, the pretty girls do real well when you hang out with weird fraternity cultists. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. Not saying, but I am saying. I'm just saying.
We'll come back.
Just going back to there. If all things fail, you can always join a weird cult just because you're really pretty. Just saying. Throwing it out there. Not a very
Still
good
me?
option. Not a very good option. Actually,
No?
actually, don't do that. That would be really bad. But
Stay
anyway,
away from me.
So there's
let's
these.
talk about the temper.
So there's the three factions.
you want to get back to that conversation?
Continue.
Oh, all right. So the Shriners are kind of globalists. All right, the Templars and the York cult, they kind of proposed the. All right, well, shit, man. We could probably do a whole special on this, honestly, because this is gonna get fucking out of control. It's 1:11 on my time, guys.
That would be cool. I would like to talk
8 o'clock for me.
8 o'clock. I've been drinking for 5 hours.
Yeah, you've been drinking though. Yeah, I agree. I need some of it. Can you pass it this way?
Hey, all this stuff goes back to that history I was talking about, guys.
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah. It's
I
all
like
tied in.
Robbie. I want to hang out with him.
I can't even hype like that. I can't do that no more. It sucks. I'm trying to find.
I'm gonna do more research so I can ask better questions.
I think the best advice I can give to you about being a dirty Mick is drink way more than you should right now, and then deal with it tomorrow.
I was 25 pounds heavier than that before picture.
Oh wow! So you lost all that weight.
It took me 4 years. I didn't do no gastric, but nothing like that. No, I did it the whole the natural way, diet and exercise.
Wow, that's amazing.
4 years. 4 years, and that's why I had older breast implants. So when I lost the weight, my money, and I got a mommy makeover. I got a tummy tuck. Look at those abs, and I got a fucking breast job.
Oh,
I'd
wow.
fall, and I fell backwards. One day, like in a little GIF, like I'll make a little GIF with my doll or something, with one of these dolls, and I'll show you how I fell, and you'll understand how bad the injury is. I'm about to just fall the other way back because these doctors, they want you to get to worst case scenario. They don't want to help you now. They only want to watch you and help you to worst case scenario because they don't want to miss all that precious data, you see?
That's why I'm a buddy, man. That's why I think I want to be your friend, man. Because I fucking know what you're talking about. I'm pissed off, too. I'm fucking pissed off, too.
It's
I
true.
work my ass off to not fucking have to lay in a bed. You know what I mean? I don't like being trapped in the house, either. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm not a fan.
That's why I create videos, guys, because it's like, person, we need people. You guys, because I was a bartender.
Yeah. I appreciate getting to talk to like-minded people.
Did you say you was a carpenter?
I'm a steel carpenter. I work with metal.
You gotta be careful. You get those fibers embedded into your skin.
Oh, I'm all fucked. Oh, splinters. Oh. Metal splinters are actually better.
That wouldn't.
No. Honest to God, metal splinters are better than wood ones. Metal splinters work out much faster, and they're not as well. They are more toxic, but your body wants to get rid of them more. So if you're gonna choose steel carpentry over wood carpentry, I
think of Morgellons.
I think I ran into a guy that might have had it.
Morgellons, I think, is a response from all the aluminum in the atmosphere, and from what I can tell,
immune system's pushing it
people
out.
that exhibit Morgellons are the lucky ones because they're the ones that are rejecting it.
Wow.
Yeah,
I saw a video where this woman took some of the bentonite clay and she rubbed it there on her hands, and you could see lifetime.
Yeah, I had a neighbor that he said that he felt this pain underneath his fingernails, and then I did see the little fibers and things kind of coming out, and he said he went to the doctors. The doctors thought he was on meth and stuff like that. Nobody would take him seriously. And
The reason why I asked is because I had stuff like that coming out of my legs.
oh,
My
wow.
legs, each one of my pores when I had my breast implants, pimple, and I had to take pluckers to get the hair out. And there would be like these little tiny other fibers. It was really messed up. Now the doctors, I didn't tell my doctor anything, but they saw my legs. It was like some kind of fungal response. They sit there.
Yeah, there's a fungal thing along with a acrid, like a actoroid, like a spider thing. It's a genetic trait, and that combined with the fungi and the aluminum gives us more gallons.
It all with our food, water, and air, guys.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola is in litigation. The last I heard, because they were trying to buy the second largest in the world. Coca-Cola to buy the largest aquifer. Water belongs to everybody. That's a God-given earth right. They're poisoning our water. Non-native fish in people's fucking streams so it can eat up the fucking populous fish, and then they don't have any fish that they can eat. Our trees, our soil, a wall around us slowly.
Oh yeah.
That you said, mankind,
Sounds
that we
like
don't
you got
notice the
it.
difference. The frog boiling, I call it, catching pigs. You put one fence up, you put food. You put food. After a while, you put the other fence. You'll get them all caged in because they're gonna go in for the food. You put the last piece, they're in the cage, and that's what they're doing to us.
Oh yeah. No, I'm totally with you, and that's a big reason why I do what I do.
We've planned it,
Agenda 21.
and we're here to push out babies for industrialization. Okay, and then we had. We were here to get the finance loans. They taught us about PMI so that we can lose our houses in the collapse, so that we can, pay for their son's college. All the property back to own any property. And it's clear by telling Michigan owners they can't have a garden in their fucking backyard. And then the Tennessee people with their fucking cows.
Dude, that's what I was trying to say to people. Like, I tell people all the time about what it's like to be an urban gardener, and they're like, well, you should do this, you should do that, you should, I heard people can make thousands of dollars, doing microgreens. I'm like, motherfucker, have you ever lived in a city? Have you ever lived in a fucking city? All they do is fuck you over. All they do is rob you. All they do is take your fucking money. They don't let you grow shit. They don't even let you have a fucking backyard anymore. Oh my god, I fucking hate this shit so much. I am flipping the fuck out. They won't even let me sell my own fucking garden vegetables to my own neighbors. Oh my god, I'm flipping out about it. I'm flipping out.
The Amish community themselves, the Amish, they don't need us. If they want,
they don't got to know, but the motherfuckers are all rats. They're all fucking rats and pieces of shit. They're all fucking socialists. Dude, you live in a Nazi country like fucking North... Oh, my God. Dude, National Socialists everywhere, man. They're fucking taking over the fucking Northeast. They want to... Dude, you get more money off of ratting me out for selling you vegetables than fucking... Dude, the state will give you fucking more vegetables than me. The state will always fucking give you more food than me. They will always give you a fucking more money than... Dude. That's a totally different subject, man. I'm telling you. They want to know. Dude, there's more money in ratting out your neighbor than being a good friend. There's more money in being a piece of shit in a socialist communist country than being a fucking good person. I kid you not.
Guess what?
Dude, you should be good to your neighbor. But there's more money in ratting them... Right? There's more money in ratting them out to the state. There's more money in ratting them out to the motherfucking state, dude. That's what sucks. Fucking socialism.
Patrick Jr. I'm fixing to piss you off some more. In Portland, they're about to start that every woman, no matter what, Tory, home visits, stay with them. Because their kids take
You're cutting out.
vaccines.
You're cutting out. Are you cutting out? You got it.
So now every new mother in Portland is going to have to go home with a nurse and a...
It's bunk, dude. You got a big point. I want to hear it, dude. Wicked bad.
Hear me?
No, you cut out. You cut out. We didn't hear any of that, dude. I don't know. Can you start over? I'm sorry.
I cut out, or did you mute me? Did you, or did you cut me?
Ah. It's not coming through.
I can hear you. I think you're good now.
You can hear me or can you hear her?
I can hear pretty nice video.
I can't hear her though.
Now that you guys can hear me.
Can you guys hear me?
Greg, more. Yeah, we can hear you, Robbie. Can you guys hear me?
Pretty nice video.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Sorry, his accent's so cool. Okay, in the state of Portland, they're beta testing right now where it's going to be mandatory that every woman that has a nurse child for the first 3 days, care of children.
I miss you guys.
I got 3
Yeah,
days children. Shit, man. You know what? We don't do it. All right. It's getting late, guys. I'm going to cut it. I think because I'm fucking hammered. And I got to eat a sandwich. Just saying.
I feel like our leave and come back.
Well, I'll tell you what. No, Cryptic's in it. Go ahead, man. I'm dying here. What you say?
I was just gonna say, I think she's talking about like Oregon just passed a law about requiring all newborns to be seen by like a state agent, so like a state nurse and shit. And, so
And they stay with you for like 3 days.
That's not fucking good, dude.
To do in your house. Yeah, that's why you're gonna have a coroner. You don't have no more kids. To get over there.
Man, nanny state to the
Thank you,
extreme.
Cryptic. Yes, thank you, nanny state for sure. Oh, for sure, Robbie. Like, I'm sorry, because in that big debate with not vaccinating their children, and they're calling the anti-vaxxers. Fuck you! I got the chicken pox. There's nothing wrong with getting damn chicken pox. There's something wrong with you
No,
people.
I refuse.
Scenes. Probably can't hear me.
I wouldn't let them have.
Well, you know,
Cost.
I'm not gonna like what I've been trying to say, dude. I've been trying to set the gears in motion so that this fucking channel goes, man.
Of the other people. I can get a box of chocolate to sell.
I don't know what's going on in the background, but I'm gonna have to cut this one tonight. It's 11:15 where I'm at, and it's 3/5/2019. You guys are awesome. This channel's gonna keep going. The broadcast's gonna stop. I'm gonna go make myself a bologna sandwich and fucking call it a day.
All right, Greg, man.
I can't thank you enough. This is exactly what I was trying to go for this entire time. I've been building this for a fucking year, man. I've been on this for a year. This is the kind of shit I wanted to talk about the entire time. I'm so happy. And thank you.
Yeah, man.
Welcome, man. I had fun.